8 to kick off. Let's go over to our reporter Jeff Peters now. Ahead of kick-off, he's managed to catch up with a Sheffield Wednesday supporter.
So we're outside the stadium, we're building up to kick-off, and there's so much frustration around what's been going on at Sheffield Wednesday. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark, just give us a flavour of how difficult things have been over the past few months.
It's been a complete nightmare summer as far as Sheffield Wednesday are concerned. Everything off the field has been an absolute disaster. On the field, we don't know what we're going to get today. Genuinely no idea what to expect on the pitch.
So today, the fans coming in, is it 5 minutes after?
Late, yeah.
Is that into the seats or into the stadium?
I believe so many allowed into the stadium. I think 1,000 can come into the stadium and wait on the concourse, and then the other 2,500 outside the stadium, and then everybody's expected to take their seats 5 minutes after kick-off. Obviously a few exceptions, people with disabilities, young children. There is things for those people in the ground. I think there's some leaflets to hold up, and I think there's a banner at kick-off as well, so those of them that are in, there'll be something for them as well. And as you can see, the theme at the moment is
black and gold until it's
black
sold.
and gold until it's sold. Yeah, so you can see we had a black and gold kit quite a long time ago when we were actually a very good football team.
Yeah.
So that's the general theme at the moment. So a lot of supporters in old kits, obviously not buying kits from the club at the moment. We're trying to starve the chairman of obviously a finance.
So that's kind of a message. But what other message do you want to send to Chancery?
Sell the club.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Sell the club, let somebody come in who's got some money who can do a proper job.
Well, hopefully today you get some kind of answers and try and enjoy it as much as you can.
Yep, hopefully we'll do. Thank you.
Really interesting insight from a Sheffield Wednesday fan, and there was insight from the captain Barry Bannon. He was on Talksport Breakfast with Jeff Stelling and Alan Pardew earlier this week, telling us how difficult it's been. Statement has been issued, Adrian Clark, by the players earlier this week, and it said this: players and staff are now feeling real practical impacts in their professional and personal lives. We're extremely concerned at the lack of clarity regarding what is happening and when this will be resolved. Listen, you played at both ends of the pyramid, didn't you? You played right in non-league, played with Arsenal. How will it be affecting a team in the second tier? I think from the outside we all think, well, they're all loaded, it doesn't really matter, but how does it affect players?
Of course it affects players. We all have bills to pay, and not everybody is on huge money where they can afford, where it's not really making an impact on them month to month. Yeah, it did impact me. I had late payments at Southend United. I think I had it at Margate as well during my time there in the National League. And yeah, it's worrying, and it makes you feel like I need to look elsewhere. It makes you feel that this isn't the place to be. How can I get out? And a lot of players have got out of Hillsborough this summer, haven't they? So yeah, it's a nightmare for the staff more than the players. The young players, though, I suppose some of them are living with their parents, but look, we all need wages. We all need wages, and if you've got a job, you should be paid wages.
I think that this is why a lot of people reckon Wednesday will be going down. Quick word before we get to kick off on Leicester City. No Vardy is just weird, and he actually got 18 and 35 when they won the title in the Championship a couple of years ago. So they're going to be missing those goals, and we await the points deduction situation with them. So they're in a bit of crisis as well. But that 11 does look strong.
Oh, very strong. Yeah, I really like the attacking midfield trio. You've got Mavadidi, El Kanous and Abdul Fattawu, who they really missed last season. He's a terrific talent out on the wing. So those three will be really strong. You've got Jordan Ayew up front. But look, yeah, Jamie Vardy still was the top scorer last season. Second top scorer, or joint, with Ayew was Buonanotte, who was a loan player, of course, from Brighton. So you're looking at goals and wondering maybe where they're going to come from for Leicester. But on paper,
no, absolutely right.
That 11 should be too strong for Sheffield Wednesday today.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking, but the Championship is a different animal, isn't it? A reminder that Talksport 2 is your home of the EFL, and every Monday evening you can hear EFL All Access, whilst every Thursday evening from 5 you can hear the EFL Fan Network with club-dedicated podcasters discussing all of the big stories surrounding their team. If you miss either show, available as a podcast, so you can listen back wherever you get your podcasts or on the Talksport app. On Talksport right now, Liverpool 2, Palace 1 here at Wembley. The Community Shield is ongoing, but let's head to El Crisisico I think Leicester on the brink of a points deduction and a chairman declaring in the programme that everyone has to be realistic. They face Sheffield Wednesday, who haven't even been able to pay the wages and have an owner the fans want to get out of the club. 3 points could heal some of the pain, albeit briefly. Commentary on Talksport 2 with Adrian Clark alongside Jim Proudfoot.
Thank you, Adrian, and a very good afternoon to you for a heavy dose of perspective, because you'll forgive the supporters of these clubs if they don't share in the standard cautious optimism of this time of year. It was 10 years ago on Friday that Leicester embarked on their greatest ever season. That staggering, implausible title win that was the metaphorical million miles away from what had preceded it. Now, 2 relegations later, it seems a similar distance again. But if Foxes fans are perturbed by a lack of summer investment and what could happen next, those fears are nothing compared to their Wednesday counterparts. Because when your club's very being is threatened, brings everything into razor-sharp focus. 158 years of football, but never a crisis quite like this. Theirs is a situation with which every right-minded fan, irrespective of loyalties, will deeply sympathise. A situation that must be allowed to change. The 3,500 of their exasperated brethren that have travelled to the East Midlands wait outside. Well, most of them a symbolic gesture. Their empty seats covered by a banner that says SWFC for sale. Time for change. Enough is enough. There are around 220, 230 Wednesday fans who haven't joined that boycott and who are in from the start. These are the teams. Leicester, Stelarczyk in goal, Justin Okoli, Vestergaard and Thomas, Skip and Samare, Fatawu, Elkanous and Mavadidi, and Ayew, the bench, Fast, Nelson, Winks, Chowdhury, Page, McAteer, Monga, Daka, Begovic. For Sheffield Wednesday, Charles in goal, Valerie, Iorfa, Otikbayo and Max Lowe, Palmer, Chalobah and Bannon, Josh Lowe, Kadamatri and Ingleson, and their bench, Fuzir, Ugbo, McNeil, Kabatsky, Shipston, Sikera, Johnson, Fernandez, and their substitute goalkeeper is Logan Stretch, a Welsh under-17 international. He's one of 7 of the 9 on the bench who's never started a league game for Wednesday. Wednesday begin a season like no other to a backdrop of empty-seated protest, decimated and down, but not out. Leicester, though, while sympathising with them, will be putting those sympathies on hold for the next 90 minutes. We are underway. Wednesday in their change kit of predominantly white with a little bit of dark blue trim. They're kicking from left to right. And Leicester give a first free kick away as Jan Valery makes his way forward. He was caught by Luke Thomas. Leicester in all royal blue. And set piece to defend inside the opening 30 seconds. I'm delighted to say that our EFL expert Adrian Clark is alongside me here on a gorgeous East Midlands afternoon here on Talksport 2.
It is beautiful, isn't it? It's a lovely weather for watching football, maybe a little bit warm for playing, but this is proper first weekend of the season weather, and we've got a fascinating clash, haven't we, between the team being tipped to be right up there and the team that everybody is saying are going to go down.
Barry Bannon taking this free kick, clips it in, left-footed towards the edge of the Leicester penalty area. Leicester should be able to deal with that one relatively effectively. They can clear it out towards Chalobah. Bannon has it again with a left-footed ball that is aimed over the top. Ingleson, who started on the left-hand side of midfield, put under pressure by Justin, tries to get it across him from the byline and wins the first corner. 80 seconds in, 0-0 on Talksport 2. Really good start from Wednesday.
Yeah, fantastic start for the visitors. Yeah, they forced a mistake early on from Luke Thomas, who committed the foul, and from that free kick, a really good angled ball over the top by Barry Bannon, and it forced Justin to put the ball behind for a corner kick. And this is a really unusual routine. We got 5 white shirts right at the back of the box, haven't we, Jim?
All coming in from the bottom right-hand corner of the penalty area. It's understandably hit in deep, headed back in. Couple of headers, one from each side, and then eventually the ball is cleared by Elkanous. And it will find its way through to Sheffield Wednesday's Max Lowe. His ball forward a little bit too hot, and that goes out of play for a goal kick. And obviously, there's no strength in depth with this Sheffield Wednesday side. 7 of the 11 that are starting today are full internationals, though.
Yeah, look, they're recognisable names. Most of these guys down there representing Wednesday today are very experienced players as well. So that they will be competitive, but my issue is how fit are they? And really the balance of the team. It's really because these are the only ones available they've had to go with a certain narrow shape. There's a lot of central midfielders and not too much flair down the flanks. So let's see how they perform today. But it's been a really good start. They got themselves another corner.
Yep, this one on the right-hand touchline with 3 minutes in. Here on Talksport 2, Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Ingleson will take this corner. And this time Wednesday flood the 6-yard box in front of Stelarczyk. Can they make this early pressure pay? Left-footed in-swinging delivery. And it's come off one of the heads and gone straight over the bar and out of play for a goal kick. Invidious situation as far as Leicester are concerned, though. Coming into this season, not in the rudest health themselves by any stretch of the imagination, and then a game that everyone is saying they can't possibly lose this.
They almost can't win, can they, today? But look, it was a disaster, the period with Ruud van Nistelrooy. The team lost all confidence. They had no shape, no plan. It was really dismal. And Martin Cifuentes has got a job on his hands to lift the group.
Ingleson making his way forward here again for Wednesday after possession was turned over cheaply. Leicester, I don't think, have had a meaningful kick of the ball in Sheffield Wednesday territory so far. 4 minutes in, all Wednesday. And before too long, those Wednesday fans that are waiting, about 1,000 of them in the stadium, another 2,500 or so outside, we reckon, because there are only 3 turnstiles. It could take 20-25 minutes for them to be able to get in to fill that allocation of away seats.
Not ideal. Yeah, look, there's no more than a couple of hundred really in that corner at the moment. Yeah, the protest is really visible. They've made their point. And look, hopefully they can get in safely and nice and efficiently, because they've come all this way. Don't want to miss too much of this match, do they?
They don't want to miss too much of the match, of course, but it's a commendable protest. I don't know how the 3,000 or so that are sitting it out will regard the 200 or so that aren't, but there you go. Here's Akoli in possession inside the centre circle. Vestergaard working it forward into the feet of Jordan Ayew. Laid back by him to Samare. Luke Thomas can come forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Let fly! Here's Charles diving to his left-hand side. Beats it away. Might just have been creeping wide anyway. Wednesday first to the second ball. Struggle to get it away. It's won back by Skip. Good play by Fatawu towards the edge of the penalty area. It's given a shove, and referee Matt Donoghue gives Leicester a free kick only a couple of yards outside the penalty area.
Really good scampering run by Fatawu from the right-hand side. Skips past 2 or 3 tackles. It's a definite trip. But in the move that led up to that, it was a really good passage of play from Leicester. Vestergaard from centre-half plays a forward pass, a progressive forward pass into the feet of Ayew, who sets it back for Thomas to have the strike. It was really good football, and that entire stadium here at King Power are applauding the Sheffield Wednesday supporters who are now making their way in.
Absolutely magnificent solidarity from the Leicester City supporters. It hasn't been the smoothest run for them over the last generation. They've had moments. They will be able to relate to what is going on with their counterparts up the M1. And it's a standing ovation from several hundred Leicester fans and several thousand more applauding, as the Sheffield Wednesday supporters that sat out the opening 5 minutes now slowly filter into that away allocation over on that far side. Those Wednesday supporters that are coming in now will have missed a really good opening 5 minutes. And now the first real defensive examination. Charles saving that effort from Thomas. What's going to happen from this free kick? It's worked short by Ayew, just tapped it into the path of Fatawu, and Wednesday was slow to react. I don't know whether they saw the faint touch. Fatawu running onto it, fired a left-footed shot over the bar.
Yeah, it was a clever move, wasn't it? A little back heel, and Fatawu, I think, will be disappointed he hasn't hit the target here. He has got a gorgeous left foot. He's got a beauty in that goal away to our left in pre-season against Fiorentina. And there, really, from just outside the D, I think he should really hit the target. He's just got underneath it. It's gone over the bar.
Leicester played Sheffield Wednesday a couple of seasons ago in the Championship in their promotion-winning campaign. They took 4 points off them from those 2 games. And Fatawu actually scored in each of those matches. The record between these two over 125 years of meetings, remarkably even. In fact, it will be dead level if Leicester were to win today. They are unbeaten in the last 3 encounters between these two sides. Wednesday with a throw, Jan Valery hurling it down the line. Well, the ball then turned away by his former Southampton teammate Yannick Vestergaard in opposition today. Ball out for a throw that will be taken by Ingelsson, the Swedish international midfielder, on the right-hand side for Sheffield Wednesday. 8 minutes gone, it's 0-0 between Leicester and Wednesday here on Talksport 2. Wednesday with the brighter start, but it's Pierce Charles that has made the one significant save so far. Ingelsson had launched this long throw inside the penalty area. It's a good long, low, flat delivery, cleared out as far as Chalobah, and it's hit the post. A little scuffing effort that travelled a long way through a crowd of legs, maybe a little deflection on its way through. Stolarczyk diving down to his right, possibly got fingers on it, but Chalobah coming really close, the width of the post away from giving Wednesday the lead.
Oh, it's a fantastic effort from Chalobah. I think Stolarczyk gets a touch on this. It's a feint way, tips it onto the post. He gets onto the loose ball. Chalobah. It's a fingertip from the goalkeeper. That was heading in. We had a beautiful view of it. He gets onto the second ball, hits it nice and early. It bobbles towards the far corner. I think it's creeping in as Stolarczyk just gets his fingernail to it and tips it onto the post. That has to go down. It's a terrific save.
Well, it's nearly 4.5 years since Nathaniel Chalobah scored his last league goal. That was back in his Watford days, but very nearly able to break the deadlock here. Leicester coming forward themselves now with Samare towards the edge of the box. Valerie putting a foot in, can give it away. Skip wins it back. Thomas is forward, just try to thread the ball through to Mavididi, making a run down the Leicester left. And then when it's cleared, there's a foul by Cadamarteri. And another free kick, this one further out than the last one that Fatawi fired over the bar. It's probably 13 yards from goal, slightly left of centre, but it's a much more beneficial angle for Leicester City.
Yeah, this time it's Justin that gets sent tumbling to the turf. This is a little bit further out. It probably is still within shooting range, but this would be closer to 30 yards really for Jordan Ayew, who's standing over it with purpose. Good interplay again from Leicester, Samare and Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas had a bright start to this game for Leicester, taking up some unusual positions on the inside. But yeah, is this going to be a clip from Ayew for the big men, or is he going to have a crack from here? It's in that sort of mid-range where you could do either.
Well, I reckon he'll probably go for it here on the basis that Leicester have put a sort of a false two-man wall in front of Wednesday's contingent, completely blocking the view of Barry Bannon. Vestergaard and El Khanous are going to dive out of the way here, and Ayew is going to hit it. Right foot, he's gone for goal, and Pierce Charles can make a comfortable save. He just had to take a couple of quick steps to his right-hand side, and it came to him at a nice height. He just patted it into the ground and saved at the second attempt.
He didn't fully commit to that, did he, Jordan Ayew? I knew he wouldn't score when I saw the run-up. The run-up was 2 yards, 2 steps, and it was horizontal. I don't know how you're going to generate enough power on the shot with that kind of run-up from that kind of distance. So, you know, I think you need to approach the ball with a bit more purpose to score from that kind of range.
Wednesday work the ball forward, and Cadamarteri is fouled. Free kick to the Owls. About 15 yards outside the Leicester penalty area. Bailey Cadamarteri making his first league appearance for the Owls today since April 2024. He's spent last season on loan at Lincoln, but leading the line here. There's the very familiar figure of Barry Bannon. Clipping this ball in here, left-footed in towards the penalty spot. First contact from a Wednesday player. It was Chalobah nodding it into the ground, and it's comfortably claimed by Stolarczyk, who is then denied the opportunity to get the ball upfield quickly by Palmer.
That's good game awareness there from Palmer. He wanted to release the ball quickly, the Leicester keeper, and he just blocked him off. He wasn't a foul. It was just sensible, well thought out play there. Obviously they sold, didn't they, Mads Hermansen this week? I think that was always likely to happen. He's gone to West Ham, so Stolarczyk very much the number one in these parts now.
Yeah, Asmir Begovic, the only player that Leicester have signed over the summer, is the number 2. He's on the bench today. Here's Charles, talking of goalkeepers on the move. £7.5, £8 million price tag on his head. It'll be interesting to see whether he's still a Wednesday player this time next month, who's been linked with moves to West Ham and Rangers. Clearance from him here, goes out of play. Interesting that Max Lowe is actually playing in as one of 3 centre-halves here for Wednesday.
It's definitely a back five, which is what we expected. Valerie wearing the 7 shirt, he's the right wing back today.
And Palmer over on the left.
Palmer can play anywhere and has played anywhere for Sheffield Wednesday over recent years.
463rd appearance for the club today. Here's James Justin laying the ball back for El Canouse. Right-footed ball in from him is too hard, and Charles can make the save. Picks the ball up, dives down to the ground. Referee gives him the signal and is giving him the countdown. The refs now, once the ball has been in the complete control of the goalkeeper for 3 seconds, they will put the hand up, give them a visible count of 5.
Yeah, they're just going to drop it, aren't they? Most goalkeepers. We saw that yesterday. Worked on the Coventry game, and both goalkeepers just dropped it if they weren't under any kind of pressure. And that's the way they're navigating this particular rule. You mentioned Bill Al-Canouse there. Poor cross, wasn't it, into the hands of Piers Charles. He's a big player for Leicester, and he's been really, really quiet in the opening part of this match. I haven't got the ball into his feet. He's someone that can definitely make things happen. He's got guile, he's clever. If Leicester are going to win this game and score the goals they need, he'll have to be on the ball a lot more than we've seen so far.
Now it's been an equaliser in the Community Shield over on Talksport. 2-2 there between Palace and Liverpool. Ismail Sarr tying things up with 13 minutes to go. Our live commentary continues from Wembley over on Talksport. Palace 2, Liverpool 2. And it's also 2-2 in both of the games in the Scottish Premiership that are drawing towards their conclusion. Dundee United against Hearts and Hibs Kilmarnock. Well, those teams sharing 4 goals as well. James Justin coming forward here. No score between Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday. Left-footed effort from distance, and Charles again can make a comfortable stop. It was well worked by Fatawu. Just turned his man, cut inside Palmer, got it onto his left foot, but fired an effort that was telegraphed somewhat, and Charles can make a comfortable stop.
Lovely little nutmeg though, wasn't it, from Fatawu. He is a box of tricks. He really is over on that right-hand side. You wouldn't want to be marking him. Liam Palmer's got that task this afternoon. And I was talking, wasn't I, about Bilal Al-Canouse? Well, it was him that started that move. Lovely piece of play to Justin for the switch to Fatawu. So, yeah, he's starting to influence it.
Now Mabadini going inside the penalty area and stopped by Iorfa at the expense of a corner, which is Leicester's first. And Ayu's going to come across to take it. It's the cue for Vestergaard to make his way forward. Samare is in there as well. Plenty of white shirts back inside the penalty area. 6 of them defending zonally in the 6, and then 3 are out trying to deal with Akoli and Vestergaard and other runners. Ayew standing over it, and he wants El Canouse to come short, and the Moroccan has said no, and then turns and does make a run in towards him, which is probably a signal for something else. It's hitting deep towards Vestergaard, back inside the 6-yard box. Good jump by Iorfa to half get it away. Force for El Canouse through a crowd and only narrowly wide. Struck it beautifully. Came down to him about 21, 22 yards out, and he hit it on the half volley. Charles scrambling trying to get there, and his dive might just about have had it covered. El Canouse was close, and actually the replay suggests that had it crept and foot the other side of the post, it would have been in.
Oh, that's a heck of a half volley from El Canouse. That is technically outstanding. Yeah, I do think Leicester will be better from set pieces this season. Martin Cifuentes at QPR was very smart. They scored a lot of their goals from dead ball situations. I think they'll bring that expertise here this time around.
I'll tell you what was interesting with Cifuentes. When he was at QPR, they had a much better record away from home than they did at home in both of his league campaigns. Is that significant? Is that just down to the way that he was coaching that specific set of players with a mid-ranking budget in the division? Do you think it will be the same here or different?
I think, well, Leicester will need it to be different. They need to be really strong here at the King Power. No, I think it's because he didn't have a bunch of players that were going to be at the top end of the division. I think he wants to control matches through possession.
And they're trying to do that now with El Canouse. You know, the ball is clear by Otegbayo on the edge of the penalty area. Wednesday making a really good start, the opening 6 or 7 minutes, but Leicester have been largely in control since then. 17 gone, and it's Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 here on Talksport 2. And it's the Foxes that just taking a little bit of time today to warm to their task on a hot late summer's day, but able to do that now, and they've had the majority of possession over the last 9-10 minutes or so. They've got it now with Vestergaard finding Akoli. And the Italian lays it back for Yannick Vestergaard again, rolling the studs of his right boot over the top of the white ball, finding El Canouse. Clever little reverse flick down the inside right channel for the run of James Justin, but Wednesday read it and Max Lowe clears.
Nice idea, wasn't it, from El Canouse, looking for Justin, but that back five, they got their distances right. Not a big enough gap between the left wing back and the left side centre half, and they managed to contain it. It's just a little bit slow and ponderous, isn't it, the build-up play from Leicester City at the moment. They're pretty comfortable, I'd say, Wednesday.
Skip on the edge of the penalty area, couldn't turn in possession. The loose ball sort of squirts away from both sets of players, but Luke Thomas can bring it under control. And now Akoli has it. Rolled forward by him into the feet of Skip. Skip out towards the Leicester right, and back it comes immediately from James Justin. The Vestergaard. Down for Thomas, who had a loan spell at Sheffield United at one stage in his career. His only experience in the Championship actually came on loan at Middlesbrough. Didn't play for Leicester in their last Championship campaign. Here's Akoli. Down towards Fatawu. Right on the right-hand touchline. Can't find a way past Palmer, and then when he's lost possession, he's fouled the experienced Wednesday man. And it's a free kick to the visitors in front of an away end that is now just about full. Yeah. They've done well to process all of those that were outside. Incidentally, the reason that so many had to wait outside was because the concourse has only got a safety certificate for around 1,000 or so. Okay. So they could allow the first 1,000 in, but the others had to wait outside, and until the concourse was clear and they were coming in and taking their seats, only then could the remaining Wednesday fans be allowed actually into the stadium.
That makes sense, because when I walked around that side of the stadium from the car park, they were queuing to get in. The first 1,000.
The ball towards the edge of the area here with Lowe trying a shot for Wednesday, and that's deflected away for another corner. To be taken over on the Sheffield Wednesday left. They got the ball forward very quickly. And Jamal Lowe trying his luck, still waiting for his first goal of 2025, not of the new season, but of the calendar year. Allen's going across to take this corner. It's so important, I'm sorry, Clark, it's so important psychologically that the Bannon is available. And it's the same corner routine that Adrian detailed earlier. 5 making runs in from very deep to attack this far post corner. It's headed away by Akoli for Leicester, who've got a player down, injured inside the box. Play doesn't stop, it does now, once Leicester have been able to get the ball 15 yards away.
Yes, Fatawu down inside his own 6-yard box. Obviously had a lot of injury problems, so they were hoping he's okay. But yeah, Ingleson has started the game really, really well. On the sort of left side of midfield, it's a back 5, and then they've got kind of a narrow 3 with Ingleson on the left. You've got Bannon and in the middle, and Shalabar to the right. Jamal Lowe not really playing up front, maybe drifting towards the right, so it's more of a 5-4-1 with Kadamatari up front. But whenever they've got forward, and they haven't had a lot of the ball, just 32% share in the game so far, Sheffield Wednesday, but whenever they have gone forward and put the ball into the final third, they've caused Leicester's defence problems. So that does bode well for them.
We've had that flurry of corners, a couple early on and another one a few moments ago. Are you in possession for Leicester? He's inside his own half. He turns neatly under pressure from Bannon. He's able to work the ball back for Skip. Both of these sides in League Cup action in the week. Incidentally, Leicester go to Huddersfield, and we'll have that game for you right here on Talksport 2. Wednesday nights, a 7:45 kickoff. Leicester at Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup first round here on Talksport 2. That same night, Spurs looking for another trophy. They're in Udine in northeastern Italy, not too far from the Slovenian border. Super Cup against Paris Saint-Germain. That's live on Talksport on Wednesday. And the Premier League season only 5 days away. Liverpool against Bournemouth first up, and of course it's here on the Talksport network, over on Talksport. Build up at 7 for an 8 o'clock kickoff Friday night, Liverpool-Bournemouth on Talksport. Here and now in the East Midlands, we're exactly midway through the first half. It's 0-0 between Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday, with the Foxes in possession. Vestergaard lays the ball down towards us to the Leicester left-hand touchline for Mavididi. Another player that the Foxes haven't really been able to get into the game so far. Samare back for Vestergaard, takes a touch, plays it forward over halfway into the feet of Jordan Ayew. Vestergaard down towards El Khanous. El Khanous on the left-hand touchline, working the ball round the corner away from Jan Valery. Ayew chasing, dealt with by Dominic Iorfa. Iorfa putting the ball out of play for a throw that will be taken on the left-hand side by Luke Thomas. Have to admire those Wednesday supporters for the protest, the good-natured element to it, and they've been in fine voices. They've been in as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, they were greeted so warmly, weren't they, by Leicester fans, who deserve credit for the solidarity that they showed. But yeah, they're getting right behind their team, and so far, I've got to say, the Owls have given them plenty to get excited about. It's been a really resilient start to the game.
Long throw here from Thomas for Leicester inside the Owls penalty area. Palmer battles with Fatawu, and the last touch has come off the Leicester man. It goes out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the left-hand touchline by Sheffield Wednesday. It's Max Lowe that goes across to take it. So because the payments were delayed for a second month, the Sheffield Wednesday players are in a position that they can hand in their notice. They have to give 15 days notice. Max Lowe has done that. And I mentioned earlier, I'm under the impression that two other players in the Wednesday side have done. It's certainly not my place to name them. It's only conjecture, but I think that there are 3 within the 11 all told today that are working their notice. Wow. Max Lowe's publicly said that he is. Yeah. But happy to play and put a shift in for the cause, though knowing or hoping that his future lies away from the club and he will be picked up.
You wouldn't know from any of the 11 down there. You wouldn't know that 3 are working their notice. No, you wouldn't. It's been a fully committed performance so far, albeit just 25 minutes in. You do wonder about their fitness, don't you? That was a very sort of truncated pre-season.
Now Jamal Lowe has it towards the edge of the penalty area. Flicked off towards the right-hand side. Jan Valery, great touch, gets away from Samari. Pulled it back for the edge of the area. Chalobah via deflection and in. And it's 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday. A club in complete crisis off the pitch. But what a great start they've had on it. 25 minutes gone. The Wednesday fans go berserk. They lead at Leicester by a goal to 0.
What a story this could be. The celebrations are something to behold. They are going nuts in that far corner, and rightly so. Chalobah almost scored early on in this game when he struck the post. This time, he makes no mistake. Leicester's defending has been shoddy in this first period. They have not looked cohesive at the back at all. Really, really scrappy. On this occasion, they come down the right-hand side. Valery it is, he cuts it back. Chalobah completely unmarked. It takes a nick off Oliver Skip, I think, and finds the back of the net. Wow.
Just far too easy for Valery to get past Samare. Just a little touch, nudged it past him, and then had the pace to get to the byline and the presence of mind to pull the ball back. And Chalobah, who came close to his first goal since March 2021, now has it.
Yeah, it was a great goal. I mean, a superb assist, wasn't it, from Valery? Like you say, you look at Samara and say, you've got to do better. You have to defend better than that. And then, of course, Chalobah, who's picking him up. There's no midfield marker anywhere near him. And Oliver Skip, in desperation, sticks his leg out and the shot comes off his foot and takes it away from Stolarczyk. So, yeah, look, nightmare scenario for Leicester City here.
They trail Sheffield Wednesday by a goal to 0. Nathaniel Chalobah on 26 minutes. Leicester bring the ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area as they look for an immediate response. The ball teased in by El Khanous. It was James Justin that got the top of his head to it. He's claiming a corner, but a goal kick has been given. A late winner in one of those games in the Premiership from Stuart Findlay of Hearts, who won at Dundee United by 3-2. Hibs Kilmarnock has finished 2-2. Earlier, Celtic won 2-0 at Aberdeen. I see that one of the bookies has already paid out on Celtic winning the Premiership this season.
Oh, no, that's nuts. That's mad.
Over on Talksport, the Community Shield is in stoppage time and still 2-2 between Palace and Liverpool. 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday lead here.
Straight to pens in the Community Shield, or is it? Don't do extra time, do they?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I think it... I don't know. No, I think it goes to extra time.
Well, it's not ideal, is it? If it does go to extra time, because Liverpool kick off the season, don't they? On Friday.
Friday
not
night,
that far
absolutely.
away. Yeah.
Against the Bournemouth side. It'll be interesting to see who's still there at Bournemouth. They're expecting to sell Zabani this week. Whether they're going to have another centre-half to come in time. They'll certainly need to be integrated into the side for Friday, I don't know. But it is live on Talksport, 8 o'clock on Friday night. Here's Barry Bannon for Sheffield Wednesday, who lead here at Leicester by a goal to nil. Another free kick teased forward. Coley clears it from the edge of the penalty area. Stabbed further forward by Fatawu. Worked swiftly down towards the Leicester left by El Khanous with a looping ball that Bannon has come back and dealt with to get away from Mabadidi. Wins the sliding challenge and gets a big round of applause from his coach Henrik Pedersen, who only replaced Danny Rawl 10 days ago. He's already been part of the furniture at Hillsborough. He's a man with experience of having coached in Denmark, Germany and Norway. And Wednesday have a player down, and that is going to allow both sets of players to get some fluid on board and get some instructions on board as well, with Wednesday leading here by a goal to nil half an hour ago.
Yeah, and you can't begrudge them this league, can you? Because it's been such a committed start to the game. Just seeing images of some Owls fans outside, still haven't been allowed in, celebrating that goal from Chalobah. And it was telling, wasn't it, that the white shirts all headed straight to that far corner where the supporters have stood. It was a really nice moment of unity between the players and the supporters. On paper it's an even game, 5 shots apiece, 3 on target apiece. But the XG tells you that Sheffield Wednesday have had the better chances. Struck the woodwork as well, of course. All this despite only having about 30% of the ball. So really, really efficient. For Leicester, some nice bits and pieces. Some good individuals on display, but that cohesiveness just isn't there yet.
Well, one of the concerns will be, particularly on a hot day, the ability for Sheffield Wednesday to be able to get the shift done, bearing in mind the lack of experience and depth on the bench. They got Ike Ugbo, the Canadian international, who has played more than 260 games in his career. The only other player on the bench who has started a league game for Wednesday is the Polish winger Olaf Kabacki, who's played a lot of his career in the Polish second division. Chalobah is the player that has been down receiving treatment. The goal scorer is back on his feet. And Wednesday hoping that he's going to be able to continue. I'm not convinced he is, because Sean Fuzier is getting ready and he's going to come on for Chalobah.
Yeah, what a blow that is for Sheffield Wednesday and for Chalobah as well, because he's been terrific in the early stages, getting on to the end of second balls, bursting into the box to score one and almost score with another effort. So he comes off the pitch limping now, his head bowed, but he can be really proud of what he's produced on the pitch today.
So Chalobah coming off, and the Zimbabwean Sean Fuzier comes on. He had a loan spell at Carlisle last season. This is his league debut for the Owls. He has played once in the FA Cup. He's had 5 League Cup ties for them, but comes on for his league debut. And he will just take Chalobah's position in the midfield. Slightly shorter than the man that he has replaced. Fuzier probably about 5'10", I guess. The ball over on the right-hand side with Leicester from the restart, and a Coley has got it at the back for the Foxes and now plays it down towards Yannick Vestergaard. 32 minutes gone. It's Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Wednesday ending last season with just one win in the last 9 games. It's still their best season for 6 years, but only Middlesbrough vanquished over the last 6-7 weeks of the season. Leicester, on the other hand, although they won the last 2 here, only scored 4 goals in the last 11 matches here at the King Power.
Well, they had that long drought, didn't they, where they couldn't score a goal at the King Power Stadium. So, you know, with minimal changes really this summer here in terms of player personnel, there is that hangover that, you know, they have to get over that. They have to try and banish that to the history books, but it's easier said than done. It's been a long time since they played with confidence and quality in front of their own supporters. So maybe we should cut them a little bit of slack here.
Well, this was something that we were talking about yesterday in that Southampton-Wrexham game, and Will still referenced it in his programme notes that there's a lot of scar tissue. He described it as, bearing in mind that they've only been able to bring 2 players in. Leicester haven't been able to bring a single outfield player in so far. So a lot of these guys are battle scarred by what happened over the 24-25 campaign.
It's the right term, I think. And they need to almost prove themselves to the supporters again, don't they? They were fantastic in the Championship en route to promotion.
Free kick taken short down the Leicester left by El Khanous. Thomas tries to get the ball in. It's hit Otegbeyo, who's had a really good start, the young Irishman. It's only the 16th game of his career today. El Khanous getting it forward, cut out by Jan Valery. Valery clipping one down the line, got the angle wrong. And Marty Cifuentes catches the ball inside the technical area. He did a lap of honour before the game started, a welcome to the crowd.
I liked it, yeah, never seen it before, I don't think. You know, for a manager during the warm-up going all the way around the stadium, just basically just saying hello to everybody, it was quite a nice sight. But yeah, that's before a ball's been kicked. Everything's rosy. He's got something to think about now.
Vestergaard, good ball forward from him. El Khanous, and Ayew chasing after it, couldn't get there. It'll be picked up by Pierce Charles. Jordan Ayew, the leader of the line, 6 goals last season at a rate of 1 every 6, and his career rate is pretty much that. 92 in 560 is almost exactly a goal every 6 games, but he's the man with the number 9 shirt now that Jamie Vardy has gone. Vardy's boots always likely to be big ones to fill, but it's not necessarily Ayew's best position, is it?
Not really, no, I wouldn't say so. I'd say he's better as a wide forward, really. They need a striker. Obviously they've got Patson Daka on the bench, but maybe he's one that might not stick around in the Championship. So yeah, they need to sign a front man. There's no question about that. But he would do a job for them. But yeah, I don't see him being prolific, unfortunately.
Charles' ball out from the back to Otegbeyo, into Fuzier, back for the goalkeeper. Charles getting it away again to Jamal Lowe. He's put under pressure by Vestergaard, and Leicester win it back deep in Wednesday territory. Lowe then, well, I think he stopped thinking he'd fouled Mavididi, but the referee said play on. Wednesday do, and then get a free kick of their own as Fuzier is caught from behind.
Yeah, everyone's tumbling to the deck there. Very scrappy passage of play. I can hear the fans over on that far side, so loud.
Bannon taking a very intelligent quick free kick. Ball over the top for Ingelsson. Had a really good impact early on, just faded from the game a little with Leicester dominating possession. There's an excellent run forward from the Swede there. Next phase of play, though, he's just caught El Khanous and given a free kick away. Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. The answer to your question, Clarkey, is that there's no extra time. Straight to penalties, and that penalty shootout about to kick off in the Community Shield. Likely right now over on Talksport between Palace and Liverpool. 2-2 after 90 minutes there.
Well, I'm sure they've had plenty of practice. I mean, every pre-season game these days has to finish with a shootout, doesn't it? It's the new rule.
It's the new law. Absolutely. Here's Ayew for Leicester. Trying to get the ball forward, went the wrong side of skip. It was well read by Max Lowe. Gets it back for Charles, takes the touch, and the Northern Ireland international keeper gets it away towards halfway, where it's nodded down by Akoli, not particularly convincingly. Kadamatri chases after him. The referee says play on after an infringement from the Sheffield Wednesday striker. Leicester still in possession. It's worked through the midfield for Ayew, but straight back for Okoli again. Leicester are making steady progress now and come down the right flank with Fatawu, who's found Palmer a difficult nut to crack by and large so far. Skip picking up possession from Ingelsson. And then Max Lowe's there and he's able to bring it away. It's a good touch as well to find Bailey Cadamartri. Okoli in strongly on him, has fouled him. His hands immediately go to his head by way of protestation at the decision, but it's a free kick to Wednesday.
He's looked uncomfortable, hasn't he, in this first half, I'd say, Caleb Okoli. He doesn't fill you with confidence. Vestergaard on the ball has been fabulous, his partner, playing those forward passes into the feet of the forwards. He has value, clearly, Vestergaard, but I don't know about the combination with Okoli. They don't look right. They've been very uncomfortable whenever Wednesday have asked the question of them, that back four.
More anti-Chansiri songs from the Sheffield Wednesday supporters. The Owls leading here in Leicester by a goal to nil. It will be a lost on no one in the Steel City that, as it stands right now, and there's a long way to go, Wednesday are 3 points above the Blades in the table.
Yeah, what a result that was for Bristol City, by the way. 4-1 at Bramall Lane. Remarkable.
Here's Samara. Play the ball down towards Al Kanouz. One back by Jamal Lowe in conjunction with Jan Valery. Otabeyo working back for his goalkeeper, gets the return ball, is told to turn and get it forward. He's done that, but he's only passed it to Mavididi. Ayew has it now, closed down by Bannon. Justin trying to get a shot in, and Max Lowe was on his toes straight away, and Ingelson's going to be able to bring it clear here for Sheffield Wednesday, who lead 1-0. And on the counter-attack will get it forward here, and Okoli's gone shoulder to shoulder, very strong up against Cadamartri. It's probably his best bit of defending all day. Important contribution from him, and he's able to win it and get it back to his keeper.
Very good. What a tackle it was, though, from Max Lowe on James Justin outside his own box, crunched into the 50-50 to launch that counter-attack from the Owls. Fully committed, Max Lowe.
Vestergaard brings the ball forward for Leicester. 20 yards outside the Sheffield Wednesday penalty area. Goes to his left for Sumare, then gets it back again. Pedersen, the Sheffield Wednesday coach, jumping up and down on the edge of his technical area, metaphorically kicking every ball. I'm not happy with the way that Wednesday are defending right now as the left-footed ball is swung inside the box. It was a good defensive header by Iorfa, got it over his own bar and out of play for a corner, just as it looked as though Ayew had been able to drop off. If that had cleared Iorfa, may well have been 1-1, but it's a Leicester corner.
Yeah, he's a big lad, Iorfa, but he had to really stretch to get his head on that back five. It's turned into 6 really at the moment, more of a 6-3-1 for Pedersen's side. Really being pushed back by Leicester.
Corner to be taken on the Leicester left-hand side by Ayew, but there's some pushing and shoving going on inside the box. 2 Wednesday players are down before the ball was kicked, so the corner's going to have to be retaken. It's a dramatic penalty shootout. 3 of the first 4 missed at Wembley. Salah missed, Mateta scored, McAllister missed, Eza missed. So it's 1-0 to Liverpool after... Sorry, I beg your pardon. 1-0 to Palace after 2 penalties apiece. Gakpo's just put his away, so it's 1-1 in that shootout, but Palace have a kick in hand. It continues. Live, you're right now over on Talksport. 3.5 to go to half-time here on a gorgeous sunny East Midlands day. It's 1-0 to Wednesday. High ball inside the post from Okoli. It's nodded back, and coming onto it, Skip and Vestergaard both attacking it. Vestergaard's headed it wide.
Well, he should score. Vestergaard should score here. It's a really good set piece, actually. They spin off the penalty spot to the far post. Okoli breaks free, nods it back quite brilliantly, actually, for Vestergaard, and he has to score. It's good defending, though, from Sheffield Wednesday. I think it's Jamal Lowe that just does enough to put off Vestergaard, but really he's got to be finding the target from there.
Vestergaard maybe a little bit ring rusty, hasn't played for Leicester since February, but should have scored there. Well, it would have been just his third goal for the club. Wednesday work the ball upfield. It's out for a Leicester throw that will be taken in there, left back position by Luke Thomas. He's got more than 100 games for the club behind him now. Nicks a couple of yards, then steals a few more before eventually taking the throw down towards Ayew. Had an eye for making life difficult for him. He's won it back and judged to have done so cleanly. Coley then sweeps up as Cadamartri tries to get easy possession inside the Leicester box, and he goes out of play for Sheffield Wednesday throw with a couple of minutes to go to half time.
It's a good corner kick routine. They've had a couple of nice ones, Leicester, in this half. Yeah, we really gutted, I think, Cifuentes that they didn't punish Sheffield Wednesday there. Yeah, it was Coley couldn't have done better really with the sort of nod across the face of goal for Vestergaard.
Ingleson to take this latest throw for Sheffield Wednesday, and that means it's going to be a long one, propelled inside the Leicester penalty area as they look to double their lead. 90 seconds before half time. It's a really good throw, great trajectory on it. It's headed away and then further clear by Fatawu. Wednesday try to turn the ball back inside their own half, make a mess of it. The slice clearance goes out for a throw. El Khanous takes it quickly, suspicion it might have been a foul throw. Play goes on. He's played it forward into the feet of Justin. From him to Fatawu. Bannon is in there, can't get possession back, but he took the momentum out of the attack for a moment. Cody works it wide. First time ball in from that right flank, headed away by Iorfa, and it goes out for a throw to Leicester, level with the edge of the Wednesday box.
Yeah, piling on the pressure here, aren't they, Leicester City? But they're finding a wall of white shirts. I think the policy of sort of just hoisting cross after cross into the box, I'm not sure it's going to work too well for Leicester today. If there is a strength really about the Sheffield Wednesday side, it's that they've got, a back five, and most of those guys are capable of playing centre half. They're strong in the air.
That penalty shootout at Wembley, Harvey Elliott missed for Liverpool. Borna Sosa had the chance to win it for Palace. He missed. Soboslai scored for Liverpool, but if Palace score the next one, they've won. There's life here right now over on Talksport. Here's Jamal Lowe, right across the 6-yard box. Nobody could get there in time to tap the ball in. Jan Valery is able to pick it up as we go into 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. He can't deliver across. Luke Thomas has blocked that, and it goes out of play. Then back off Valery for a throw that will be taken on the Leicester left. 3 minutes of added time. It's Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Thomas with the throw, headed forward through the midfield by Otegbeyo, and it goes all the way back to goalkeeper Stelarczyk. And Palace have won that penalty shootout and lift the Community Shield, winning the shootout. Justin Devaney, the Irishman, with the winning penalty, and they've won the shootout 3-2 after twice coming from behind in 90 minutes.
Good on them. Yeah, it's not been an easy summer for Palace, but that will lift morale. Yeah, sounds like a good game. We're in for a good second half here. It's a massive team talk, isn't it, for Marti Cifuentes at the break. He's got to get more of a tune out of his players.
Going to beat Fiorentina last week, Sheffield Wednesday. Much more invidious prospect. Ball out of play for a goal kick that will be taken by Wednesday. Away to our left with Piers Charles. 90 seconds to go. Well, the Northern Ireland international's not the tallest goalkeeper by any stretch of the imagination. Is in fluorescent orange. He picks up the ball on the left-hand side of his 6-yard box. Moves it to the right-hand side, as he's entitled to do. And the Dreadlock Wednesday goalkeeper now clatters it upfield. The high ball forward. Cadamartri comes deep, tries to help it on. Ricochets off a couple of players. Thomas gets it back for his goalkeeper, Stelarczyk. Beaten by Nathaniel Chalaba's effort on 26 minutes. Wednesday lead as a result of that. Low. Palmer. Wednesday getting it forward now to Bannon. 10 yards outside the penalty area. Nice switch of play inside the box. Valerie climbing high, got his head to it, nodded it down but couldn't find Kadamatri. Staracic bowling it out. One last chance for Leicester to get back on level terms before the break. Samari goes behind square, and the Leicester fans can't hide their dismay.
He had runners to his left, to his right, and he just didn't have the bravery, Samari, to play that forward pass. Goes sideways, and it did not go down well with the locals.
Leicester guard to El Khanous. El Khanous towards the edge of the penalty area, letting fly, right-footed effort that is blocked, possibly hit Ayew, comes back out to Mavididi. This is the last chance for Leicester in this first 45 minutes. Mavididi turning onto his left foot, then back onto his right. The 3 minutes are up. El Khanous riding in challenge, trying to dink one. Big appeals for a handball. Referee says no. Shot comes in from Fatawu. Charles saves it. And that's going to see us through to half-time at 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, El Khanous, he's classy on the ball. He goes past a player, but there's so many white shirts in the way. It hits the back of Barry Bannon. No way that's handball.
45 minutes in, and Leicester booed off. Trailing Sheffield Wednesday by 1-0. Wednesday have been extraordinarily game. A real siege mentality, understandably, after everything that has happened. But it seems to have brought them together. Short on numbers, but not short on heart by any stretch of the imagination. They deserve the advantage.
Yeah, they do. They really do. They've been so committed to the cause. They've played for the badge in this first half. Sheffield Wednesday, look, it's needs must. They can't go out and play expansive football and be on the front foot. Nobody would have expected that of them. What they had to do here today was be tough to break down, to play with courage, to work together as a team, to back up one another, cover your teammates back, and they've done all of that and then some, really, to take this first half advantage. They've had good chances as well, 3 shots on target. For me, Leicester's defence have been very wobbly in the first half. Going forward, some nice bits of interplay. They've got quality individuals, but yeah, there's a lot for Martin Cifuentes and the players to think about at half-time.
What will be the most concerning aspect of the performance for Cifuentes?
I think it's twofold. I think that first and foremost, he will be really disappointed that Wednesday have created so many good opportunities. The cohesion of defence hasn't been good enough. But also, given how much of the ball Leicester have had, has the combination play been good enough? Has it been sharp enough? Have they really got in behind this back five on enough occasions, given the pace, the skill and the talent that they have? And the answer is no. So I think at both ends of the pitch, there's big room for improvement.
What's most impressed you with Sheffield Wednesday?
Well, it has to be the way they're grafting. I mean, it's really impressive. The way they're closing off spaces, that back five are getting the distances right between players, so that those runners, and Leicester are trying to make little runs in between these defenders, there's no space. So they're very well disciplined without the ball. I was really impressed with Chalobah when he was on the pitch, because he was the one that was brave enough to go and look for the second balls and pick things up, and he did that to good effect, scoring once and hitting the post as well. So yeah, look, lots has impressed me from Sheffield Wednesday. It's been a clash of styles, and at the moment it's the team that is the better out of possession that deserve to be leading.
Are you concerned? Would you be concerned if you're a Wednesday fan at the fact that, as we've talked about, there's very little depth on the bench? It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough anyway, but when you're in a position that you've got very little possession, so you're having to do a lot of chasing, you've got to be disciplined. Do you think that how difficult is it going to be for the 10 that started the game who are still playing to be able to get through?
It's going to be really hard. It's going to be, in an ideal world, he'd love a packed bench so he can just refresh things and bring on some fresh energy, but he's not got that at his disposal, has he, Henrik Pedersen? So yeah, of course they could blow up. They're working ever so hard, but what I would say is that they're not working hard in a way that they're expending that much energy, because they're not going and pressing Leicester. It's more a case of sitting back in their shape and soaking things up. I think they will look to do exactly the same in the second half. It's up to Leicester to come up with a little bit more guile and quality in the final third to pick apart this really resolute and organised defence.
Well, certainly worked for Leicester to do. Not the half-time score that very many anticipated. At the break, it's Leicester City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Hi, I'm Jack. I got all my car parts from mymotorworld.com. They had everything I needed.
I'm Steph. I found the perfect personalised gift pack for my son. He absolutely loved it.
Hey, I'm Mark. I bought a great selection of car cleaning products. Now my car looks brand new.
And I'm Dave. I scored a fantastic deal on oil. Plus, I got free delivery because I spent over £25.
Go on, sing it then.
mymotorworld.com.
Yorkshire tea, where everything is done proper. Yorkshire tea, where everything is done proper. Oh.
Maybe not.
Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea, where everything's done properly. Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire tea.
Right, enough of that. How about Yorkshire tea, where everything's done proper?
Right now we're up to 12 months to pay. Sofas and smartphones, cozy duvet. 12 months to slay with very pay. Snazzy air fryers for your nuggies. TVs and vacuums for your hubbies. 12 months to slay with very pay.
Get up to 12 months to pay when you shop at Very. Plus, there's nothing to pay at checkout. Search Very Pay today. Very. Let's make it sparkle. Very Pay credit provided subject to status by Shop Direct Finance Company Limited. 18 plus representative, 44.9% APR variable.
With a Travis Perkins trade account, you open the door to big trade deals every single month, right through August. Get Ibstock Glenfield 65mm red stock facing brick for just £600 per thousand. Join the club and get this and other big trade deals this August with your trade account. Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. All prices exclude VAT at 20%.
Mickey could try to sell his car privately. Or get it sold today with We Buy Any Car. He could spend days on end trying to sell to a bunch of time wasters. Or sell in a flash and head to the fun fair with the kids. Proper gutted. Or proper impressed. To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
EFL All Access, tomorrow night from 6 on Talksport 2.
Join me, Hugh Wizencroft, and a wide range of big-name exclusives and hard-hitting analysis across the three leagues.
Superheated comments. A performance is as important as a result right now.
Expert analysis.
You can't carry players like that. EFL All Access.
The highs, the lows, you never know what's coming next.
Tomorrow night from 6
on Talksport 2.
What a finish!
Hard-hitting football coverage.
He hits it first time, what a volley, what a goal!
Pushing the apex of live football.
And it's in!
EFL Dive on Talksport 2.
Wednesday begin a season like no other to a backdrop of empty-seated protest. Decimated and down, but not out. Ingleson to launch this long throw inside the penalty area. It's a good, long, low, flat delivery. Cleared out as far as Chalobah, and it's hit the post.
Oh, it's a fantastic effort from Chalobah. I think Stolarczyk gets a touch on this.
Now Jamal Lowe has it towards the edge of the penalty area. Flicked off towards the right-hand side. Jan Valery, great touch, gets away from Samari. Pulled it back to the edge of the area. Chalobah via deflection and in. And it's 1-0 Sheffield Wednesday. A club in complete crisis off the pitch. But what a great start they've had on it.
The celebrations are something to behold. They are going nuts in that far corner. And rightly so.
They lead at Leicester by a goal to nil. And that's still the way of it. Half-time here at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, and the second half to come here on Talksport 2 on the day that Crystal Palace have won the Community Shield, beating Liverpool on penalties. The fallout of that right now over on Talksport. Well, it's been a busy opening weekend of the Championship season. We've already seen plenty of drama. Yesterday I was at St Mary's for the lunchtime kick-off between Southampton and newly promoted Wrexham on Talksport. Will Still's Saints scored 2 late goals in 6 minutes to secure all 3 points. And after the match, Talksport's Dick McCarthy caught up with the Southampton boss.
How does it feel to win and start the championship campaign in that manner?
Yeah, it's special. I think your colleagues just said it. It's like welcome to the champ. It was tough. It was difficult. But you know, we were pragmatic in the way we did things and managed to get it over the line. I think the goal we conceded was a bit frustrating, and we don't need to sort of lose the ball on a high throw like that and then concede a transition and make that foul. But you know, stuff happens. We picked ourselves up from it. We floated for about 5-10 minutes looking for our bearings and trying to work out where and what the game was, but created sort of more than enough opportunities to get back into the game. Didn't quite happen, and then you know, the sort of strength of the squad and the collective that we're trying to build was what came to the fourth, with you know, players coming on making a difference. And you know, 2 set pieces were important. I know how important set pieces are going to be. And then, you know, with that energy, with that sort of grind and determination, you managed to somehow poke the ball over the line and grab a winner in the last minute, which is, you know, why we do this job and why it's so special.
At half-time, obviously 1-0 down. So what was the message? Because it felt like in the second half it was real total domination.
It was keep going, because you know, not everything was bad in the first half, but just, you know, could we manage their sort of long ball and then second and third ball a bit better, which we probably didn't do as well in the first half, and could we keep the sort of speed and tempo of our passing up? You know, is that skipping a player when we can skip one? Is it, you know, taking a few extra steps to step in and break a line, and just keeping at it? You know, I think it sounds a bit basic, but you just have to keep going and believe in what you're trying to do, and then, you know, when we needed to change things, we did, and like I said, the players that came on were really important for us, so it's good. And
one of those players in particular, Ryan Manning, I mean, what a day for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it's good. You know, I said don't take it personally if you're on the bench. Don't, you know, sort of look too far into it. It's the first game. Everyone's going to be important, and everyone needs to be important. And I think everyone's shown that today. You know, Welly did well. He sort of ran out of steam a bit, and then Rhino came over, and we knew where and how we wanted to get the ball to him, and we know how, you know, how good his left foot is, and he showed it. So, you know, fair play to him.
And is this almost a great turning point for the club to forget last season and really enjoy what's coming up in the next 12 months?
I think we have to enjoy it. I think if we're not enjoying it, then, you know, we've got a problem. And it was important, you know, to start off well. I think, you know, win or lose, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. It was just, you know, you always want to create that sort of positive vibe and positive feeling with everyone around. But, you know, if we hadn't have got 3 points, or if we hadn't even got 1 point, we would have, again, stuck at it, because there were a lot of positives to take from all of it.
Southampton boss Will Still, after their victory against Wrexham yesterday. There was also another new manager making his championship debut, Ryan Mason, getting off to the perfect start, as well as West Brom's new boss. 1-0 home win over Blackburn, enough for the 3 points. And after the game, he spoke to Talksport's Jeff Peters.
Well, Ryan, what a start. 3 points, clean sheet. Yeah, you got a red card at the end, but I'm guessing overall that's a pretty good day for you.
Yes, that's what we set out to do. Put a lot of work in this week to get a result. I thought we deserved it. Yeah, pleasing that we've got the clean sheet at the end, and the manner of the last 10 minutes, I think the group will certainly come closer together with how we got over the line.
Isaac Price is going to get the headlines for the goal, but what an all-round performance. What a shift from a young lad.
Yes, obviously pleasing that he scored. It's something that we're speaking to him about, and we have real belief that it can affect games. But not just him, I think the overall effort of the whole team, the togetherness, the fight we showed, we created some really good chances. Probably a bit unfortunate not to be more than 1 goal up. But the nature of this league and the nature of football, the last 10 minutes we had to defend our box, and we showed a real togetherness and a fight to do that.
And what did it feel like being West Brom manager in your first game?
Yeah, immense pride. I'm already so invested in this football club. There's so many good people here. The fans, Albion fans, are amazing, and it's our job to try and get them to come along the journey with us and believe in something. And the reality is, the only way you do that is by winning games of football. So to get over the line today, to start the season with 3 points, it's a good positive feeling.
Now that's Ryan Mason talking after West Brom's win over Blackburn yesterday. Don't forget, Talksport 2's your home of the EFL. Tomorrow evening from 5, Hugh Wozencroft and Cameron Jerome will bring you EFL All Access. as they round up all the big stories from across the 3 divisions. If you missed the live show, it's also available to listen back to as a podcast, so you can find it wherever you get your podcasts on the Talksport app. And then we'll be talking about this game as well. Leicester 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1 at the half-time score. Wednesday out for the second half, still waiting for Leicester to re-emerge from the tunnel below us. This gives me an opportunity to remind you of what's coming up over the course of this week. Tuesday night, a choice of listening, as always, on the TalkSport network. Over on TalkSport, a kick-off Carabao Cup special. Adrian Durham, as always, in the chair with all of the goals as they go in from the Carabao Cup first round and Champions League qualifiers, including the likes of Northampton against Southampton, Portsmouth against Reading, and Bromley against Ipswich. And that game from Hayes Lane will be our live game over on TalkSport 2. Also here on TalkSport 2 Wednesday night, Leicester's next game back in action. They're away at Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup first round. Tough tie that. I think Huddersfield have got a great chance of going all the way in League One this season. Huddersfield-Leicester on TalkSport 2 on Wednesday night. Over on TalkSport, PSG Spurs in the Super Cup. Friday night's Liverpool-Bournemouth, the start of the Premier League. And then next weekend, we'll do it all again. Also, another date for your diary. Leicester's next home game in the league, Birmingham City here. Now, that's Friday the 27th of August, and that one will also be live right here on TalkSport 2. Interesting to see whether it's a different-looking Leicester by then. They'll be very close to the end of the transfer window. They are making a change at half-time here. Harry Winks coming on for Oliver Skipp. Here's Adrian Clark.
Yeah, look, I like Harry Winks. I'm a big fan. When Leicester City went up last time from the Championship, he was unbelievable, really. He dominated Championship midfields. Skipp, I'm assuming there's an injury, but he wasn't at his best, was he? He certainly didn't dominate the game in the way that he's probably capable of in that first half. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was tactical.
So a renaissance for Harry Winks' Leicester career. He had a fallout with Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's not played since March as a result of that, but he's on for the second 45 minutes here. Leicester getting us back underway, and immediately Winks is in possession. Leicester in royal blue, kicking from left to right. And Sheffield Wednesday, who lead 1-0, courtesy of Chalobah's goal. And their change kit of white with a very thin blue pinstripe. Defending the end away to our right. Chalobah's gone off injured, replaced by Fuzier. I'll go through the two teams for you in a moment, with Harry Winks, the Leicester sub, in possession. Working it forward briskly and tidily into the feet of Ayew. Ball now down on the Leicester right with Fatawu, the near touchline. Back from him to Akoli. Vestergaard. Samare just takes it off his toes, and then the referee has to take evasive action as Samare's ball goes out to the Leicester left for Thomas. Mavididi will be able to pick it up, and Steffi Mavididi works it back again. It's a patient build-up from Leicester, but just a little bit more of a zip in the pass in the early stages. Vestergaard with a little sighter. He's 35 yards out, and one flies over the bar. He's missed a header from 4 yards. He was unlikely to ping one into the top left-hand corner from 34.
Yeah, I don't have the stats at hand, but I don't imagine he's pinged many into the top corner from 35 yards in the past, Yannick Vestergaard. That was a bit ambitious, wasn't it? But they were going nowhere, Leicester. They'd kept the ball for a good 2 minutes, and it was just a horseshoe shape, wasn't it? It was go to the left, come back out, go the other side. They've got to be a bit more penetrative than that, Leicester City.
Ball play for Jamal Lowe would have been offside had he gone for it. Kadamachi's just picked up a knock, but I think he's going to be okay. This is how the two sides line up. Leicester Stelarczyk in goal. Justin, Akoli, Vestergaard and Thomas. Winks now replacing Skipp alongside Samare in midfield. Fatawu, Elkanous and Mavididi, and Ayew up front as they bring it forward down the right but lose possession, and Pierce Charles can clear. He's in goal for Sheffield Wednesday. In front of him a back five. Valerie on the right hand side. A break off as Kadamachi's got possession, coming inside the penalty area, working the angle, right footed curler, missed the top right hand corner. There's too much height on it. He cut inside beautifully. That's a half chance.
Brilliant play, wasn't it, from Kadamachi. He makes an excellent run down that left-hand channel, and he fancies himself against the Akoli, who's all over the place. He ducks inside Akoli so easily, and then He's aiming for that far top corner. Gets too much on it, but good play from the young striker.
Now Fatawi's beating Max Lowe, gets the ball inside the penalty area. Otabeo comes across to clear, puts it out of play for a corner. Leicester's first of the second half and third of the game. That Wednesday back five, Valerie on the right, Palmer on the left. Centre halves Otabeo, Iorfa and Max Lowe. And then Jamal Lowe, I beg your pardon, on the right-hand side. Ingleson on the left. Fuzia alongside Bannon in the heart of midfield, and Karamatri up front. Corner to be taken on the Leicester right by El Khanous. Short towards Ayew. Ayew then gets it back from the same player. Fires it inside the penalty area. It's easily cleared. Comes out for Luke Thomas. Thomas 20 yards outside the penalty area. Works it behind square for Harry Winks. Winks back down towards El Khanous again. Right-footed ball hung inside the penalty area. It's deflected and goes wide. It's hit Mavadini last. Corner's been given. I think it was a clearance at the far post from Ingleson, who got his foot to it, and it clipped into Mavadini, then hit another Wednesday player, bobbles wide of the far post, and out for a corner.
Yeah, it was a difficult cross to deal with for Sheffield Wednesday. Ingleson, just in desperation, just hooks it on the volley, and he does enough to stop Mavadini getting on the end of it. But they've got more defending to do now. Another corner, and they've looked dangerous from these, Leicester.
He's going to take this one. He's got Winks standing in the near post position. Just played it into that area looking for a flick on, but Iorfa could head it away easily. And that headed clearance reaches halfway. It goes out for a throw that'll be taken over on the Leicester left. It's Sheffield Wednesday's third season back in the Championship. It's now 26 seasons outside the Premier League. When they got relegated back in 2000, they never have considered that would be the case. It would take them a generation to return to the Premier League, and no immediate sign of it happening for all that there have been an immense amount of positives about this performance today.
Yeah.
There's still the underlying context of exactly where Wednesday are.
Yeah, still feels a very long way back, doesn't it, to the Premier League. The ownership change has to happen. The regime has to be different. And hopefully that will be resolved very, very soon.
Winks towards the edge of the penalty area. Lays the ball out towards the Leicester right-hand side for Fatawi. Now back for El Khanous. Try to work the angle for a shot. It's another very brave block. I think it was Max Lowe that threw himself into the line of fire and was able to get it away. Comes back out for El Khanous again. El Khanous working it forward inside the penalty area. Out towards Fatawi from Justin. Winks with a low cross that caused more problems than it might have done, and it comes off Jamal Lowe and goes out for another corner.
Oh, it could be a long second half for Sheffield Wednesday. They're piling on the pressure. Harry Winks has made a big difference already. He's been on the pitch less than 6 minutes, and I think he's had more positive pieces of passing than Oliver Skipp managed in the entire first 45. He could be the difference maker here.
Mavadini waits in space in the D as the corner comes in. It's headed away. Right back out to Mavadini, who tried a brisk right-footed shot and got it all wrong. And Ingleson might be able to bring it away for Sheffield Wednesday and lead a counter-attack. In the end, he's had to turn and go back. He was able to find Liam Palmer. Palmer gets it back to his goalkeeper, and Charles will calmly play it out for Iorfa. Into Fuzia, who remembers making his league debut for Wednesday today after coming on for the injured Chalobah. It's Chalobah's goal that's still the difference between the sides. With Talksport 2, Jim Bradford and Adrian Clark talking you through the action from the King Power. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures in the high 20s. It is first day of the season weather. You can pay it no higher a compliment than that.
It is gorgeous, it really is. And at the moment, it's a glorious day for Sheffield Wednesday, but there's a long time left in this match. You do sense that Leicester are going to put them under increasing pressure here.
Samari goes back for Vestergaard. Now towards Winks. Winks being dealt with very watchfully by Barry Bannon. Good battle between those two in the midfield. Vestergaard working it into the feet of Winks, that comes straight back again. And now the tall Dane goes to his right-hand side for the Italian Accoli. His ball forward. Good quick feet from Fatawu, who got away from Ingelsson and then got sandwiched between the Swede and Palmer. And it's a free kick to Leicester.
He's fun to watch, isn't he, Fatawu?
He's a great player.
He is really skillful. And I think he will, if he stays at Leicester City this season, he'll be up there in terms of goals and assists and being one of the stars of this division. Even though it's not been a great Leicester performance so far, he's so bright.
Yeah, it made a massive impression in the Championship the last time round for Leicester. Remember, they won the Championship. They have got promotion in each of their last 2 seasons at this level. And we've got a free kick here with Vestergaard, the principal aerial target, as they look for an equalising goal 8 minutes into the second half. El Khanous has worked it in low, comes through for Vestergaard, who scores. And it's 1-1. Everyone expecting the ball to be hung up for him. It was a low skidder along the deck. Wednesday defenders turned and watched. Vestergaard even had time for a second and third touch before firing it into the roof of the net. And Leicester are back on level terms.
It's another really clever set piece from Leicester. It's low, it's unexpectedly low. And Sheffield Wednesday don't deal with it. It's a bit of a mess from their point of view. They're expecting the ball to be delivered high. It catches them out. It's a good touch, actually, from Yannick Vestergaard inside the 6-yard box. Or no, about 8 yards out, actually. Touches it once and twice, sets himself, and then just slams it high into the roof of the net. He missed a sitter, didn't he, in the first half, Vestergaard, but he's made amends there.
And 9 minutes into the second half, Leicester are back on level terms. Yannick Vestergaard scoring just his 3rd goal in 87 games for the club. And how much will that change the Sheffield Wednesday game plan? Because they have been happy to sit back and try and contain. And they got a chance to retake the lead immediately. Ingelsson with a long throw, real spinning delivery inside the penalty area. That travelled a long way as well. But the deflection that it took was a kind one for Stalacic, who immediately, having picked it up, bowls it out and gets it forward down the left for El Khanous, who's got runners ahead of him. He's got Mavididi to his right. Good touch from Mavididi. He's past 1 and 2 and then fires one in, which I think Charles saves with his face, but he got his body behind it and beat it away. That could have been 2 goals in a minute. El Khanous now getting to the byline, wins the corner.
Well, the atmosphere inside this stadium has turned around very, very quickly. That was a great counter-attack. El Khanous, superb run, slides it infield from Mavididi, who goes past 2 or 3 players and then smashes his shot straight at Pierce Charles from point-blank range. It's a good save. He makes himself big, the Owls keeper, but that was more like it, wasn't it? From 2 exciting, entertaining players in El Khanous and Mavididi.
2 first-half corners for Leicester. They've had 4 now in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Here's the latest of them. That's headed away easily by Valerie. Comes outside the D for Samare. High up and under from him, and Charles had plenty of time to take 3 or 4 hasty steps to his left and catch it, and now he's gone down injured. And he's just feeling his right foot. And whether somebody trod on that, whether he got caught in traffic, or whether that's a hangover from that brave save that he made at the near post in the previous passenger play. But he's needing treatment.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened here to Pierce Charles. The ball was sort of smashed into him from close range. I think VAR might have had a look at this, because Harry Winks stands in an offside position and is kind of interfering with play. Does he get a touch? I think he doesn't touch the ball.
He's tried to touch it, though.
Before he gets to Vestergaard. He doesn't touch it. He tries to. I think VAR probably would have pulled him up there and disallowed that. As it happened, you've got to credit Vestergaard for the 3 touches he has in a tight space inside the box. It's a really emphatic finish as well from him. But yeah, Winks has got away with one there.
Well, the concession has done nothing to dampen the mood of the Sheffield Wednesday supporters or to limit the chorus of noise from away to the left. And they continue to sing, chant and clap songs of exultation as well as protest. But 1-1 the score. what Charles's injury has done. And I'm not for one moment casting aspersions on the legitimacy of him going down there, but I will make the observation that we see goalkeepers go down on a frequent basis so that tactical information can be delivered across the players, because the goalkeepers don't have to go off the pitch for 30 seconds when it happens.
It's my biggest bugbear right now in football, is the way that goalkeepers do that, because the momentum was all Leicester's. It was one-way traffic, and that's taken the sting out of it, hasn't it?
And listen, if that's, he's okay, he's able to continue. If that's what he has done, fair play, because the way that the laws are written, you can do it. So take
really
advantage of the loophole. I'd want my goalkeeper to do the same.
Yeah, I was really surprised at the sort of briefings we had before the season when we talked to the officials about the new rules. I was really shocked, actually, that there was nothing done about it. I felt that had to be a priority, really. Something had to change, whether a goalkeeper that goes down injured has to go off for a few seconds. That might deter them, but they've let it go, and unfortunately it's going to happen a lot this season where keepers have these mysterious injuries.
Yeah, I don't know what the way round it is, but whether if a goalkeeper goes down you simply can't go within 20 yards of the touchline. I don't know how you police it.
Come up to the halfway line, come off for 30 seconds and then get waved back on. You know, that would stop them doing it, unless they were genuinely injured.
Justin getting the ball forward here on the restart from Leicester. Ayew played in the right-hand side of the penalty area by Fatawu. They turn away from the dead ball line. Still got the Ghanaian in support. He's intelligently laid it back for Winks. From here to El Kanous. Oh, clever ball back for Harry Winks. Right-footed, chipped in. Nobody at the far post, though. Defensive header from Motek Bayo. Bought his goalkeeper a bit of time. Charles could come out and catch it, and it remains 1-1. We've played an hour on Talksport 2.
No, they're playing some good football, Leicester. El Kanous, he finds good angles, doesn't he, with his passing. He's really brave. He wants to play those forward balls. And that was a terrific one to Winks. Winks has been really prominent in the 15 minutes he's been on the pitch. It's made Leicester a better side in possession. And you do sense, as we discussed at half-time, that this was going to be a tough, challenging second half for Wednesday to hang in there.
Well, the first half possession was 67-33, so 2/3, 1/3 in Leicester's favour. And this second half, it's 80-20, 4/5, 1/5 in Leicester's favour. And the eye test actually might tell you that they're having even more of that. I'm surprised it's only 80.
Yeah, I agree. 5 shots to 1 as well, second half.
Ingleson, Wednesday still hanging in there in every sense. Oh, Ingleson will be able to continue his run forward here. It looked as though Kanemachi, having gone down, play just stopped for a moment, and Ingleson drove forward and then had a second bite at the cherry, but was soon crowded out of it. Leicester win it back and get it forward. Winks to Ayew. Justin making a run to his right-hand side. Ayew goes for goal and is closer to hitting the corner flag than the bottom left-hand corner.
That's a woeful effort from Jordan Ayew. I just think he's better as a right-sided forward. He's got that power and pace, hasn't he? But just don't see him being prolific enough. That is a matter of urgency, I would say, for Martin Cifuentes to get a natural finisher, a number 9 with a proven track record to lead the line, because with the 3 behind, you know, they've got the creativity there, Leicester.
Yeah, when you've lost the man who scored 200 in 500, he's always going to be very difficult to replace.
Could he come back? I mean, he's not got a club yet, has he? I mean, there's such a fanfare. That would be a bit embarrassing to come back, but...
Well, you know who he supported as a kid?
Yes, I do.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
The ball,
and he'll be a free agent.
the ball is with Harry Winks. He knocks it to his right-hand side. El Kanous, 5 yards outside the penalty area. Flicked it off to the right for Fatawu, who gets to the byline. Oh, he's kept it in. He's got his cross in. No, not quite. Flag is up from the assistant referee, James Wilson. Just ran out of room. No complaints at all from the player.
Again, no great skill. Ball glued to his foot. Abdul Fatawu. Be interesting to see what Cifuentes does here, because he's got his best players out there on the pitch. Patson Daka is the obvious one, isn't he? As a striker to come on. Casey McAteer, a winger. he's an option. Jeremy Monga, who came on and was a 15-year-old, wasn't he, last year in the Premier League? So, yeah, they're the players that we're most likely to see, I would imagine, just attacking reinforcements.
Yeah, Monga on the bench today. He's now a month past his 16th birthday, but still has got the best part of 6 months to start a game to become Leicester's youngest ever starter in history. It's Peter Shilton that holds that record at the moment and has done for nearly 60 years. It was 60 seasons ago that Shilton made his debut as a 16-year-old for Leicester. Vestergaard, after excellent play on the city left-hand side by Mavididi to chase the lost cause and keep the ball in. He's running towards the edge of the penalty area. Couple of step-overs, gets to the byline, chips it in, and not taking any chances. Liam Palmer, not too sure quite who was where behind him, just volleys it into the hoardings and out for a corner.
It was casual, wasn't it? Really nonchalant, really, from Palmer. I think we've got some tired limbs down there now for Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to see a lot of this. The final half an hour of this game, we'll see players going down. They will look to make the game stop-start, won't they, the Owls? But I genuinely think that a lot of these players are going to be on their knees physically, because the pre-season really hasn't been adequate for them. They're not fully prepared for this season, are they?
So on the bench, the players that they can yet bring on. Ike Ugbo, the Canadian winger, the former Chelsea trainee. Got Charlie McNeil, who's made a handful of appearances for Wednesday, but hasn't started a league game for them. Kabacki, the Polish winger. Young midfielder Rio Shipston, who's not played a league game for Wednesday since the 22-23 season. And then Guy Sekera, a right back, Reece Johnson a left back, and Bruno Fernandes a central midfielder who haven't played or haven't started a game at all between them in their league careers.
Sounds like a good player though, doesn't he, Bruno Fernandes? Sounds like he'll have a bit of talent.
I mean, the lengths you have to go to get out of Manchester United these days. But yeah, he's a young midfielder, Bruno Fernandes. Not that, I would imagine, is his nickname. The other.
The other one.
At the moment.
Yeah, these stoppages are going to frustrate the supporters inside this ground.
I think it's Valerie that is down receiving the treatment at the moment. He's over on the far side of the penalty from us. He's just being helped back to his feet. 20 minutes gone in the second half. Leicester are going to be making another change very shortly, and Wout Faes is getting ready to come on. Valerie is being led very gingerly away out of the penalty area, out towards the far touchline.
He can barely walk. There's no way, surely, Valerie can carry on here. They'll have to make a change Wednesday again. Second enforced change.
So he's making his way off. There is a little bit of action on the Wednesday bench now, and it looks as though a double change is imminent, and we're going to be seeing Kabacki and McNeil, whilst Leicester are going to be bringing on Faes, McAteer and Monga. 1-1 the score. Leicester restart with a corner, knocked away by Winks to Mavididi, whose right-footed shot, he got it wrong. It's easily cleared. Wednesday temporarily down to 10 men. Want to make the substitution now and still can't. It was went out for a throw. Leicester, Ayew, appraising the situation, took the throw immediately to stop the change being made. So they're still down to 10. In fact, they're down to 9 because they've got another player off on this near side. In comes the cross towards the far post. Headed away. Left-footed volley just over the bar from Luke Thomas. And now Wednesday are able to bring Otegbeyo back on. Valerie's not going to be able to continue, but they were defending that passage of play with only 9.
Not ideal. Really good play, wasn't it, down the right-hand side? And then eventually it comes to Thomas, the left-back. Has the confidence to hit it on the volley. First time left-footed. But the ball's always rising. Goes over the crossbar. But again, El Khanous, Fatawu, they're the players that are making things happen. I wouldn't be looking to take those two off. I think Ayew and Mavididi are the ones maybe in danger here.
Well, midway through the second half, it's Leicester 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. But already, I would imagine, there'll be at least 5 minutes of added time. But add on to the 22 minutes that remain. And here come the changes. Firstly, for Wednesday, Olaf Kabacki, the 24-year-old Polish winger, is going to replace Valery. And whether he will play slightly further up or whether he's going to come on at right wing back. Henrik Pedersen's not happy. Does he want to make a triple change here? Is he trying to get another message across? Max Lowe is off the pitch and he's getting instructions. Charlie McNeil is going to be coming on as well. McNeil, who's an attacking midfielder, made his debut against Hull in the League Cup last season and scored twice. As a former Manchester United man, has played in Europe for Manchester United. Charlie McNeil.
He's been sent back, actually.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. He's sat back down.
So is it going to be just the one change for now?
And McAteer has also sat back down for Leicester City. So that triple change has now become a double.
Firstly, Monga for Mavididi. And the 16-year-old is going to come on for his 8th appearance. His debut against Newcastle back in April and was a substitute in each of the final 6 games last season. So he's on for Mavididi. Fass stands hands on hips and he'll replace Akoli.
Yeah, well, it's tactical, isn't it? I don't think he's happy, Marta Cifuentes, with the performance of Akoli. Gets a high five, but I don't think he changes centre half. Yeah, he did get booed a bit there about Fash, which is a bit harsh at the start of a new season.
But now Wednesday will make that change. Well, they will make a change. It is Kabacki. Initially, it was McNeil's number that came up. Kabacki was going on, and they put McNeil's number up. But it is Kabacki who has come on for Valery for Wednesday.
That must have taken 3 minutes in itself. That substitution. I think we're in for some hefty stoppage time.
It has done. Well, 2.5 minutes that took to bring 3 players on. So 20 minutes on the clock and probably 7 minutes added at the very least already. Ball just bounces off El Khanous. He was concentrating on where he was going next. Great play by Fatawu. He's beaten 2 and beats Kabacki. And then Justin works it forward. He was given a shove by Max Lowe. The ball has gone out of play, but the referee has pulled it back for the initial foul on Fatawu. It's a free kick to Leicester on halfway.
I love watching him. He's a proper trickster, Fatawu. I reckon he must have got 3 nutmegs today. He's always looking to put it through the legs of a defender.
Winks gets it forward. It's brilliant for Fatawu, getting the better of Kabacki. And then Ingelsson comes across. And it's gone out of play for a corner. A yellow card is shown.
I think that he's given a free kick there on Fatawu, hasn't he? I thought it was an over-aggressive challenge, so it's effectively a short corner, like hockey. Yeah. Everybody back for Wednesday, obviously. They're turning the screw, Leicester City, and the momentum certainly with them.
So yellow card shown. And El Khanous will stand over the free kick. He's a yard or so from the dead ball line. He's 3 yards outside the penalty area on the right-hand side. As Clarkey perfectly describes it, a short corner. Vestergaard again is in there lurking with intent. There are 6 in blue waiting. It's pulled back for the edge of the box, and a rising right-footed drive goes just over. Well struck by Harry Winks, but he just couldn't quite keep it down.
Well, he's having a moan, and I think rightly so. El Khanous, it's a bobbler. He's fizzed it into him, but it's skimmed off the turf. It's really hard to hit that on the volley. He's got to play it on the deck there to Harry Winks, and that would have made the chance infinitely easier. But look, Leicester have got to keep going here. They've got to keep plugging away, maintain the intensity, keep giving the ball to Fatawu, keep giving it to El Khanous. and it just feels like it will happen for them.
Thomas. On the half of the pitch that is still bathed in sunshine, the near half in shadow now. Thomas will bring it forward. 72 gone. Leicester 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Chalobah giving Wednesday the lead before going off injured. Yannick Vestergaard is in possession now, equalising for Leicester, but parity was restored 20 minutes or so ago, and Leicester haven't had that many chances to go 2-1 up. Here's Fass playing it inside the penalty area, and it's well cleared by Iorfa. Immediately pushes the rest of the defensive line out. Winks has it again. It's actually the deepest of Leicester's outfield players as he picks that one up. Lays it back for Vestergaard, between the lines from him for Samare. Justin turning it back for Winks. Leicester fans thought that the ball out to Fatawu was a better one. He's got it now, taking on Kabatski. Goes around the outside, fires it in. Ayew couldn't get there. Otabeye with a really good defensive header for Wednesday to clear. Samare, little flick from him. Thomas for Vestergaard. Poor first touch. Rescued with a lunging second to find Fass. Good ball down the outside of Kabatski, and then a really poor cross from Fatawu after Winks had done brilliantly to find him. And the cross has missed the side netting. That's how poor it was, 1-1.
Well, Kabatski's been brought on, I think, to lend a hand to this side here, where Liam Palmer had a good start to the game, but increasingly he's found it difficult to handle Fatawu. It's been really difficult for Kabatski early on here, because Fatawu's on fire. But again, it was a Vestergaard pass. Although I've not particularly been impressed by Leicester's back four defensively, his passing, those forward passes between the lines, have really caught the eye today.
I mean, Kabatski is a left-sided player, but they've switched Palmer out to the right after Valerie has gone off. He's now playing at right wing back, and it does well to stop Monga making any headway. It's out of play for a goal kick. But they've switched Palmer. Kabatski playing on his favoured left-hand side, but that's a short straw up against Fatawu. And
oh, no one wants that job today.
I wonder whether Palmer might come back and...
Oh no, Palmer won't be able to hear that message. Even if that message gets sent to him. It's like, what? No, I can't hear you.
Yeah, he's taking up station right out on the right-hand touchline. Almost in the car park, Liam Palmer, to make sure that he doesn't get called back to this near side. Kabatski, you're on your own. 1-1, 15 minutes to go here on Talksport 2. And a reminder that Leicester back in action Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup. They're away at Huddersfield. That game is right here Wednesday night. Their next home game in the league, Birmingham at home, Friday, August the 27th. That one also right here on Talksport 2. And we'll have news of Wednesday's League Cup tie at Bolton on Wednesday, as we go around the grounds here on Talksport 2, as well as having that Leicester Cup tie at Huddersfield with the Super Cup over on Talksport. Now, lunging challenge comes in on Harry Winks, who is hurt, and it's going to be a card shown here.
And a red maybe here, second yellow.
It is. So Sheffield Wednesday are going to be reduced to 10 men. Barry Banham protesting his innocence, but he's had 2 yellow cards in the space of 2-3 minutes or so. He's still in consultation with the referee. That one, he's gone in. He's claiming that he's played the ball first. That's not the be-all and end-all, of course, because having played the ball, his studs have gone over the top of the ball. They've hit the ball, but then have gone higher, and he's gone right into the leg of Winks, and he's deemed to be out of control. So he gets a yellow card for that. Yeah. The second yellow is off.
I think these days that is a yellow for sure. Yeah, he gets the first touch of the ball, but the follow-through is, he definitely loses control, and the studs are up, aren't they? And they go into the quad or the thigh area of Harry Winks. I don't think he can have that many complaints there, Barry Bannon. What a shame, though. He's been such a sort of heroic figure at Hillsborough this summer.
So Bannon sent off, and now Leicester make changes. Fatawu coming off, and McAteer will replace him. And Patson Daka is going to be coming on as well. It's just a straight swap for Ayew up front. Unless they're going to try and turn the screw with the numerical advantage they are. They're going to go with 2 up top, or maybe play Ayew just in behind. It's James Justin that's coming off.
Smart move. I think you've got to look at the game state and say, well, we've got the man advantage. What's the point of going like for like, Daka for Ayew? Let's just get 2 potential goal scorers up there. Yeah, largely positive reaction from the fans towards Patson Daka. But this is a guy that used to score goals for fun. You can just remember how to do it. They've got themselves a proper goal scorer.
He comes onto the field, having only scored 1 in his last 39 games for club and country.
His record was amazing before that, wasn't it?
Free kick then to Leicester. 10 yards outside the penalty area. Taken by Ayew. Well caught, or well dealt with, should I say, by Charles. He actually elected just to plot the ball into the ground to save at the second attempt. McAteer keeps him honest and closes him down quickly, but Charles is able to get the ball under control and gets the count from the referee and clears right at the end of the 8 seconds. Long ball forward, bounces past Luke Thomas, who runs round it, brings it under control in the left back position for Leicester, and they'll now get it full. 1-1, 11 minutes plus a stack of stoppage time to go. Great ball forward from Winks, well read by Charles, whose momentum came really close to taking him outside the penalty area with the ball in his hands. Daka made the run down the inside right channel. Charles saw him coming, slid out, and then carried on going, and he had to turn whilst on the slide to keep the ball in the box. And he ended up almost leaning right past it, just about kept it in.
I think it's brilliantly, actually, Piers Charles, to actually not take that outside the box. Fair play. But that's what Daka will bring. He'll bring that little bit of verticality. He'll look to run in beyond the last man. And I think it will suit Ayew to have more of a freer role as well.
Yannick Vestergaard for El Canouse. Casey McAteer on the right hand side for Leicester, searching for an opening day winner. Ipswich scored very late at Birmingham. Southampton scored 2 very late yesterday at home to Wrexham to win. Can the other newly relegated side score late as well and turn a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 win? They've found the equaliser already. Wednesday bringing the ball forward over on the far touchline, just run out of room. Jamal Lowe really unlucky there, and it will be a throw that will be taken by Leicester over on the far touchline. 1-1 the score. We're in the final 10, but we could easily have 18 or 19 minutes of play left, Jack.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm expecting a lengthy stoppage time. It was a handball, wasn't it, from Jamal Lowe? Did eventually get pulled up for it, and Leicester have a free kick now. All the big guns forward for this.
In comes that free kick, very deep, over fast, and away at the far post from Samare, who's well dealt with by Max Lowe. Just made sure that he could lean into Samare and stop him getting a touch on that to pull it back. Out of play for a goal kick that Charles will take.
Yeah, that's poor really from Jordan Ayew, who seems to take everything for Leicester here today. He's just ballooned that over everybody. Really, really frustrating.
Long clearance headed down by Fass, away from Bailey Cadamartri. Luke Thomas now for Leicester. He's coming forward over the halfway line. Fass, the principal option to his right hand side. He's side-footed it to him and play forward towards El Canouse. McAteer making a run down the right hand side of the penalty area. El Canouse looked for him, couldn't find him. Gets a second chance to deliver. High cross which has hit Iorfa, gone high up in the air inside the box. Wednesday work it clear. Monga wins the seconds, plays it back to Samare, actually slightly behind him, but Samare does run round it and get it. And now Fass plays it forward towards El Canouse. McAteer, one back by Kabatsky, and then cleared by Max Lowe down the Sheffield Wednesday left and out for a throw that Wout Fass has taken quickly. Here's Harry Winks, unhurt by that Bannon challenge, which saw the Wednesday captain get a second yellow card. El Canouse has got it, gets towards the byline again. Low ball in towards the near post and swept away by Max Lowe, out for a corner, which I think is Leicester's 7th of this second half.
Yeah, Kabatsky beating all ends up. Not once, not twice, but about 3 times there from El Canouse. He was really in the mood. There's good urgency about Leicester. They're putting their foot down here. But the keeper hasn't really been forced into making too many saves, has he?
This corner works short. Thomas then sends it high inside the penalty area, but not to good effect. Vestergaard leaning away at the far post. It was all he could do to stretch to reach it. He couldn't control his header. It's gone out of play again for a goal kick that will be taken by Piers Charles away to our right-hand side. Well, in the last 6 years, at least one relegated side has bounced back to the Premier League. 4 of the last 5 Championship champions had gone down the previous season. In fact, 3 of the last 4 sides to finish 18th in the Premier League, which is what Leicester did last year, then won the Championship the next season. The exception, Luton Town last year, who then went down again.
Yeah.
But the pedigree is there. Leicester know what it's all about, being able to get relegated, turn things around quickly and bounce back. They did it 2 years ago.
Oh, they'll be up there. I've got no doubt about it. It just depends on where they get this points penalty and how will that hinder them. But this team will be there or thereabouts. They have to be.
They've got that again with the impressive youngster Mongo. He's done well to work the ball inside the penalty area, but nobody could get there. And the cross slightly overhit. And in the end, El Canouse, in his frustration, spooks the ball into the hoardings, having failed to keep it in. It's a throw that will be taken on the Sheffield Wednesday left with 6+ stoppages to go here on Talksport 2.
Yeah, just a bit too heavy, wasn't he, with the cross? But it was a good positive run from Jeremy Monga, who I think have been playing it a bit too safe since he came on. You know, he comes on at a time where, you know, really need to get at this Wednesday defence. He's just been playing off the simple passes. There he takes his man on, and he looks dynamite doing it.
Ball out of play for a throw that will be taken on the Wednesday left, and Ingelsson leaves it for Max Lowe. Wednesday understandably doing everything they can to have the ball in play for as little time as possible. It's just match management. It'd be daft if they approach this in any other way, really, given the circumstances. They've got another throw. The age-old story, as soon as the ball goes out of play, a ball boy will pick it up. Every Wednesday player near him turns away, not acknowledging the ball boy.
Yeah. No, they're using every trick here. But they're going to launch a long throw in here, so they're putting all but 2 players up around the box here at Sheffield Wednesday.
Yep, Lowe stayed back. Kabatsky's about 8 yards outside the box. Fuzia on the edge of the D. Ingelsson to launch a long throw inside the penalty area. Again, good distance on it. Headed away relatively easily by Vestergaard. Back out towards Ingelsson, who will do his best to let the ball run out of play for another throw. It didn't quite have the legs to get there. Leicester have very neatly played their way out. Ayew down the right-hand side. Casey McAteer going forward with him. Sliding challenge from Ingelsson was mistimed. Ayew's still got it. Kabatsky's tried to bring him down and missed him. Ayew's ball inside the penalty area. Diving header. Brilliantly saved by Charles. That is magnificent goalkeeping. Right-footed cross coming in. And it was a flying header from Patson Daka that Charles has dived to his right and somehow got a hand to tip away.
Well, it's a phenomenal save from Piers Charles. Absolutely outstanding.
Here's Monga, next phase of play. Thomas with the delivery, coming around the back. McAteer, and then cleared about 3 yards from the goal line, shanked away for another corner.
Well, they're riding their luck a little bit here. Just going back to that previous chance. What a run from Jordan Ayew. Starts, it's about a 70-yard run down the right-hand side. He just keeps going and going. And Patson Daka, he couldn't do much better with a header. It was hard, it was low, it was in the corner. But Piers Charles, he might just have earned the Alza point there.
Corner number 10 for Leicester. El Canouse with it in towards the near post. And Valfast scores. And away, swinging towards the edge of the 6-yard box. And Sheffield Wednesday's defensive resilience is finally broken. Valfast booed by some when he came on. But he's just fired a header into the roof of the net. It's 2-1 to Leicester.
It's as simple as it gets. Simple outswinger to the near post, and Wout Fash emphatic with a bullet header to probably win the game for Leicester City. Well, he won't win everybody over with that goal, but it'll be a source of great satisfaction for him, I'm sure. He just pops up undetected at the near post. He makes his run from the penalty spot. No one goes with him, and he stoops and he just thumps it, really. It's a really clean, crisp header. Absolutely no chance for Charles on that occasion.
Well, his last league goal was almost a year ago at Fulham, near the start of last season. And Wout Fash has just scored what may prove to be the winner. But hang on, here's Jamal Lowe trying to find a way through. He's gone down. The ball hits Samare. I think Wednesday claiming it might have hit him on the arm. But it's gone through towards Stalacic, who will be able to pick it up. I mean, it's been all Leicester second half. But do you feel it's harsh on Wednesday?
No. I think on the balance of play, Leicester deserve to win this match. They do. It's been complete one-way traffic second half. And it's a deserved goal. There's no question about that. It's just interesting, isn't it, that it's Vestergaard and Fash that get the goals for the Foxes. You know, set pieces have saved the day for Martí Cifuentes this afternoon. In open play, lots of promise, lots of skill, but not that much punch. Free kicks and corners have made the difference.
Well, they've got another set piece here, and an attempt to be able to put a little bit of gloss on it as we go into the 90th minute. Leicester 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. This latest Leicester free kick over towards the left-hand touchline, and not too far short of the edge of the box. It's worked short. Ayew's got Monga ahead of him. He's got Winks out there as well. Harry Winks now just trying to drop his shoulder and deceive Fuzia. Played back by him, Vestergaard. Back out towards the left-hand side. Now to El Khanous. El Khanous taking on towards the edge of the penalty area. Couldn't play it into the feet of Daka. It comes back for Ayew, and Charles got his hands behind it and tips it over the bar for another corner.
It's a palm stinger. Really good strike that from Jordan Ayew. It's quite a long way out, 25 yards at least. He just pushes it over with both hands, doesn't he? The goalkeeper, who has been pretty busy actually second half.
9 added minutes. We're in them now. This latest Leicester corner, their 9th of the second half, is worked short. Monga's got it. Wearing 28 of this season. Over on the left-hand touchline, Fuzia is up against him. It'll be a long time since Fuzia's played against someone 4 years younger than him. If ever. But he's won that particular battle, the Zimbabweans, out of play for a goal kick that Charles will take with 8.5 minutes of stoppage time to go and 2-1 Leicester score. Yeah,
look, they will use young players this season, Leicester. I'm sure of it. Young Louis Page is also on the bench today. They're going to dip into the academy, Leicester City, as they sort of look to strip things back a touch this season.
Yeah, Page on the bench, he's only 16. We saw Jake Evans get a bit of first-team experience at the back end of last year. He's only 17. Here's El Khanous. And it's come off Otegbayo and gone just over the line now to play for a throw to Leicester.
Yeah, my little ones at the pre-academy here at Leicester, and they gave a little talk, an induction earlier in the summer, and they showed all the players that have come through and had first-team opportunities, and very proud of it. You know, a lot of these guys have been at the club since they were 6, 7, 8 years of age, and it does feel like they're going to get chances here this season in the Championship.
Winks plays the ball forward to Thomas, who's another product of the academy. Now to Monga, back for Winks. Winks working it forward with a little reverse into the feet of Thomas. Different game for Leicester now. Much happier just to run the clock down and keep possession against the 10 men of Wednesday. Bannon dismissed for 2 yellows in the 5-minute spell just after the midway point of the second half.
Yeah, look, no shots on target for Wednesday second half, just the one effort. Leicester have had 14 shots since half-time.
Trying up that count here. Monga's done well. Daka letting it run. Are you? And Charles got down and was able to make the save again.
Well, he's getting closer and closer. Really good again from Monga. Excellent play from him down the left side.
Now Kabaski's trying to bring it forward and just hit it into McAteer. Little 1-2 between him and El Canouse. The ball goes through the Wednesday penalty area, but Palmer can turn it away and put it out for a throw. They've had very little of the ball Wednesday, and even less of it, understandably, in Leicester territory in this second half. But they've been so game and resilient.
Oh, the first half was outstanding in terms of togetherness and teamwork, but they've hit a wall. They've made 30 accurate passes in the second half.
El Canouse getting it forward. Might get it back again on the edge of the penalty area and get it back again from Ayew, and Charles with another outstanding save. McAteer then on the follow-up wins the corner. Probably should have been 3-1, but credit to the goalkeeper, Piers Charles, whose burgeoning reputation has been further enhanced today.
What a goal this would have been, though. El Canouse, that's a gorgeous 1-2. He gets it back on the 6-yard line from Ayew, takes a touch. And it's a great save. He should score it, of course he should. But that would have been a picture-perfect move from the Foxes. But yeah, look, Charles looks good, doesn't he? He's definitely a player of potential.
We're going to see Ugbo and McNeil very shortly for Sheffield Wednesday. Another Leicester corner. Their corner count in the second half up into double figures. They got that one wrong. They just smacked it straight at the nearest Wednesday defender, who's Max Lowe. Leicester retreating quickly to stop a counter-attack. Ayew's won it back. Nice touch from McAteer. El Canouse. Thomas invited forward in a central position, but not in a shooting one. And then Palmer can clear with a long ball forward from Wednesday, and Ingleson will manfully chase after it. But he, like many others, looks as though he's running on empty. Ball's out of play for a throw, and that will allow Wednesday to make the change. We're going to see Ugbo and McNeil. Jamal Lowe, the first man to come off. Is it going to be Calamatri as well, I wonder? Or it's going to be Otigbeyo.
Yeah, well, he's going to try and go with the back four for the last, 4 minutes of stoppage time. Probably could have made that change slightly earlier, Pedersen, but the players are absolutely exhausted. They've barely had a pre-season. They're down to 10 men. They've worked so hard to stay in the game. I just think they're almost out on their feet at the moment, those white shirts.
Yes, they've gone from 5-3-1 to 4-4-1 for the 4 minutes that remain. And here is McNeil. Ball played forward. Calamatri chasing after it. Fast can get it briskly back to his goalkeeper, who needs a second touch because it wasn't a great back pass. And with McNeil putting the pressure on, Stelarczyk is forced to clear. It was Calamatri. Stelarczyk is forced to clear. And the ball is out of play for another long Ingleson throw.
That's a terrible back pass from Fash, wasn't it? Hit way too hard. The keeper has to take a touch. He gets closed down. And now all of a sudden they've got to defend one of these really dangerous long throws.
This surely is Wednesday's best way back into it. It's a long throw inside the penalty area, but that one actually easily dealt with by Ayew. And then bravely knocked away by El Canouse as Ingleson tried to work the ball back inside the penalty area again. So it's out for another throw to Sheffield Wednesday, but deep inside their own half this time. In fact, Maxlow works it all the way back for the goalkeeper. But he has got 6 in white in Leicester territory, Piers Charles, to try and drop a long one forward here. He's elected actually to work it short to Ingleson on halfway. And it's the Swede that whacks it forward, ballooned towards the edge of the penalty area, headed on towards Calamatri, picked up by McNeil, but whistle's gone, and it's a free kick to Leicester for a push on Vestergaard.
Oh yeah, they're happy with that decision, that is for sure, Leicester City, because they've gone very direct now, and Ugbo is a big unit. He will win more than his fair share of duels, but the ref sees a foul there, and they can just breathe easy and And now that clock ticks towards 97 minutes, so just 2 left to play here. Good comeback win this will be seen as by Leicester City. You know, they're plugged away.
Samari's in possession for them there, back in Sheffield Wednesday territory with this 2-1 lead in the 8th minute of stoppage time. Another 2 minutes to play. Fass to Vestergaard, the 2 Leicester City goal scorers linking up. It's Fass again, the man who at the moment is the match winner, with a header from a corner in the 87th minute. Ayew turning away beautifully, and then great ball retention, deceiving McNeil, and Ugbo eventually just pulled his arm and brought him down.
He's had a brilliant second half, hasn't he, Jordan Ayew? We can criticise him for his goals, for his output, but he always gives you his best, doesn't he? He's a wholehearted player, and he has run his socks off in this match, and I think he's got better and better the longer it's gone on.
Delcanus has won another corner, making his way forward from a short free kick, and he just took it down towards the corner flag, and Kabatsky's touch put it over the line. For Leicester's 13th corner, Wednesday have had 3, and they were all pretty early on in the game. Delcanus motions as though he's going to take this corner short, pretends to do so and doesn't do it, then does at the second attempt. It's found Casey McAteer coming inside the penalty area, laying it square for Harry Winks on the edge of the box, but it just ran away from him, and that allowed the Wednesday back line to get it away. Vestergaard gets on the end of the clearance, goes back for his goalkeeper. Stolarczyk's clearance just about gets to halfway. It's a commanding header from Iorfa back into Leicester territory, but again the Foxes can win the seconds. They've done that a lot, understandably, over the last 20 minutes or so, and Ayew will bring it forward and now runs towards the edge of the box, and Charles makes another decent stop, threw a right-hander and diverted a fierce drive over the top left-hand corner.
It's Ayew again. He's been really, really positive. Just goes at the heart of the Wednesday defence. They back off him, whips it towards the top corner, and he sticks up a hand, doesn't he, Pierce Charles? I mean, Pierce Charles has made a fair few saves, hasn't he, in this game?
Yeah, he's done well, the young goalkeeper, but in a losing cause. It is victory for Leicester City on day 1 of the season. A day that started with Sheffield Wednesday protest, and it ends with their team getting a standing ovation. They gave everything they had, but the context of their season, of the situation at the club at the moment, is that they really don't have an awful lot to give. They were so game, an excellent first half performance from them. Brilliant first 10 minutes where they took the game to Leicester. They had the lead through Chalobah. But Vestergaard equalised early in the second half. It was getting tough for Wednesday before Bannon got sent off. And once he'd done so, it felt inevitable that Leicester would create enough chances that something would fall their way. It did with a Wout-Fass header from a corner. They will play better over the course of the season, but they were improving as the game went on. Wednesday game full of character, and so much to be proud of for those Sheffield Wednesday supporters, but a defeat.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with the defeat, but I think Sheffield Wednesday fans will feel much better about life tonight, because they've got to see their team play, and there were doubts whether that would happen a few days ago. They've got to see their team play, and they've got to see their team play with real courage and heart and togetherness, and they couldn't have given more for the badge, and they're getting a tremendous ovation actually from all of those fans in the far corner. No one's left. They've all stayed to give the players, to tell the players what they feel about them, and I think they feel a lot of love towards this group of players, because they've run their socks off for the club and for them today. But ultimately Leicester were too good. 13 shots on target in the end, 28 shots overall. They absolutely deserve to take all 3 points, the Foxes, but you know, had to work for it.
Henry Pedersen, the Wednesday manager, was just in dialogue there with referee Matt Donoghue. I'm sure that he will have been talking about the 2 yellow cards that Bannon picked up, and it'll be interesting to hear what his reaction is to those. Your feeling is that they were both okay?
Yeah, I must admit, I can't really remember what the first one was given for.
It's just a foul down on the near side of the penalty area for that short free kick that was effectively like a short corner.
Okay, yes. I mean, that was maybe a soft yellow. The second one, I think it was a yellow, because even though he gets to the ball first, his studs are up, and the follow-through goes right into the thigh of Harry Winks. It was a pretty dangerous tackle from Barry Bannon. I don't have a major objection to that decision from the referee. Where the Owls will feel frustrated is that Harry Winks stood in an offside position for that equaliser. There's no doubt that VAR would have disallowed that goal, because he's involved in the play. He takes a swing at the ball. Okay, he doesn't touch it, but he's interfering with play. It gets to Vestergaard, who does ever so well to finish. But yeah, so look, I can understand why they feel the big decisions didn't go their way today, Sheffield Wednesday. But ultimately, look, Leicester did enough to win the match.
There's a whole lot of love between the Sheffield Wednesday supporters and the players, who take the acclaim and give some of their own over in front of that away end over on that far side. It's the Wednesday fans that you can hear singing. Bolton away in the League Cup, and then Stoke at home on the horizon for them. But what's more important is what happens. Probably the next fortnight could be a little bit of a tipping point in the whole Wednesday story, and everybody hopes that it comes to the right conclusion for the future of the club.
Yeah, look, every day is really important for the club. Obviously, there's not really a board of directors at Sheffield Wednesday. It's the owner who makes all the calls. He just relays those to the club secretary. That's the great frustration. He's missing in action. There's no dialogue really between him and the players. You got just the odd message passed on via either the secretary or the captain, Barry Bannon. It must be incredibly frustrating. You just hope that there are buyers out there that can come up with an offer that Dayfon Chansiri will take in the very, very near future, because this club has great potential. An amazing stadium, a great fan base. They can come back again, but they need new ownership, and they need it fast.
And one final thought about the financial situation, the immediate cash flow. If anyone was in any doubt as to whether Piers Charles was worth the money, that was a performance that certainly might have just tipped the balance in people's minds.
Well, if anyone's on the lookout for a keeper and they've got £7 or £8 million to spend, but they could do worse than taking the video. Watch the video of this game, because he was absolutely outstanding. Piers Charles, he's a Northern Ireland international, got good pedigree. Yeah, look, if they need that money, then they probably will sell him. But in the here and now, I think Sheffield Wednesday fans really want Piers Charles and all of these guys to stick around, because if they could stand any chance of survival, some of these guys have got to stay put.
Clarky, been great to watch this game with you. Leicester off to a winning start this season. Over on Talksport right now, it's the final word with Majestic and Alan Pardew. They'll be taking your calls on the action that we've just seen here at the King Power. Also as well on the Community Shield at Wembley. Palace beating Liverpool on penalties to win the top flight curtain raise. The number to dial 03717 22 33 44. You can also send them a WhatsApp voice note with your reaction to the very same number, 03717 22 33 44, for Madge and Pards over on Talksport. Coming up next here on Talksport 2, it's live PGA Tour golf with action from the final round of the FedEx St Jude Championship. But here it was victory for Leicester. Character crisis for Sheffield Wednesday. Our very best wishes to them going forward. But ultimately, protest, but no points. Leicester beating Sheffield Wednesday by 2-1. Good afternoon.